Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. We found out a couple of kickoff times for the Ohio State Buckeyes yesterday. The season opener against Ball State will get started at 12:30 and be televised on Big Ten Network. Their September 19th contest versus Kent State will be a big noon kickoff on Fox. Or as always, you can catch every Buckeye game right here on The Fan. The Cleveland Guardians got back in the win column after beating the Washington Nationals 3-2 yesterday. Gavin Williams pitched 7 innings and gave up just 1 earned run in the victory. They'll start a series versus the Red Sox tonight at 7:10. The Cincinnati Reds were going for a sweep versus the Mets, but failed to do so after losing 4-2 last night. They'll host the Braves over on The Fan 2. Coverage starts just after 6 o'clock. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis. It's odd that it's Thursday. Like it having Monday off, if you did, at least we did, maybe some of you did as well. I'm already still in my mind like, oh yeah, we're barely halfway through the week, but now it's like we're on Thursday. We're rolling downhill now towards the weekend, which I'm all about that.
Yeah, you don't want to see me no more. That's what you
Well,
said.
see, this is the thing.
You hear him, Dylan? He said, let's get to Friday. Let's get him out of here.
No, see, I'm always enjoying my weekends. I'm always looking forward to that. However, you're right. Tomorrow is your last day on the show before baby tsunami is awash on our shores, before the tsunami warning hits. Because you're going to be on leave starting on Monday.
Yes.
Baby Tsunami's scheduled C-section is Tuesday.
Correct.
So they are calling that C-section you next Tuesday, I believe is what the phrase is for that. I'm not sure. Right.
You know what's funny? So yesterday, my 2 key daughters graduated. One graduated from preschool, which I don't know what that means. She graduated from preschool because she also gonna go back to preschool for another year.
It means nothing.
That's completely
that was
meaningless.
kind of irrelevant, but whatever. And then my oldest is graduating from kindergarten to 1st grade, and they gave like a certificate. Had the parents come in, did arts and craft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we leave my oldest daughter. So it was me, my wife, and my youngest daughter was with us. We leave because this was at like 1:45. They let you stay till like 2:15, and then you had to get up out of there. So we left, and I'm walking through the streets or through the parking lot with my youngest daughter. And my wife's in front of us, and my wife is saying something to Milani, my youngest. This is one of those situations where your kid do something and you not supposed to laugh at it, but it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. So my wife is telling Milani, I forgot what she was telling her. That part's not important, but she was like basically trying to discipline her a little bit. And my youngest looks at her and sticks her tongue, gotta put her hand over her face. Like, do the right? So
You can't.
So I see it.
Oh boy.
I see this happen.
boy.
I say, Joe, don't do that. Don't do that. Get in the car, right? Mm-hmm. So she gets in the car. I'm on the side of the car, dying laughing.
Oh, sure.
I'm talking about. I am literally crying because this was hilarious. And my wife is just like, see, they think I'm a joke. And I just could not, I couldn't help but I had to let it out. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to laugh at it, but it was hilarious to me that she did that. It caught me off guard, T-Bone.
Yeah. The funny, they get to this age, and I don't know if your kids still have this, but my youngest still has the like R's or W's thing when she talks. So like, if anything like that is I want to go running around the house. Like that's how she talks, right? Yeah. So she still sounds like that, but she's almost 7 years old, and so she does have plenty of sass to her. She has plenty of like comebacks and witty retorts. She has 2 older sisters that she argues with all the time. So like she's well versed in this now. And so we have had moments like she had one the other day where I am in the same boat where I'm laughing because obviously it was wrong. Obviously she needs to be punished. But the comeback was great because Melissa told her something. We was there. She had a bowl. She finished what we were eating. She got it from the table, walked away. And the rule is like, you need to go put the bowl in the sink and rinse it out. She's old enough now where we're starting to make her do that too. And so Melissa says, pick up your bowl, take it back to the sink. She goes, well, you're a grown up and you don't do that either. And it's just like, like I'm laughing, but I'm like, hey, no, that is not okay. Like it's a good comeback, but the fact she says grown up halfway through, I'm just like, this is. I mean, you got to savor the moments, right, as a parent, because they don't last. Eventually, they grow up and they're adults, and you know they got real world issues. But for right now, that was a funny moment. But we gotta teach that's not okay. You don't backtalk your parents like that. Yeah, so we threw her in her cage, and now she's living down there in the basement like she does. So
I had that happen right before Gianna got potty trained, so she was probably almost 3, and I was watching her, and I knew that I was like dozing, so I like boxed her into the living room just in case I like passed out on the couch for a second. And I did, and it wasn't for long. It was like for 10 minutes. But when I woke up, there was poop on the wall.
Oh no. Wow. And that's where I start. I'm just swearing at that point.
But I was like, okay, like I dozed off for like 5 or 10 minutes. This is probably mainly my fault. So I asked her, and her diaper's not on. And I asked her, I said, how did you get poop on the wall? Thinking she just took it off and smeared it on the wall. Oh, God. But she goes, no. And she says, let me show you. And she walks over to the wall and just starts rubbing her ass on it. Oh. And I started laughing. I was like, what possessed you to rub your poopy butt up against the wall? And I couldn't, like, after that, I couldn't, like, do anything about it because I just laughed about it for, like, a minute straight.
See, my issue was not laughter in those moments. My issue was like projectile vomiting when the kids would do something like that where I was just like, I can't be around this. This is disgusting. Oh, God.
Yeah, to tag the lieutenant in.
Yeah, that one's rough.
I was home alone, so there
I get it. I get it. You're the only adult. You have to somehow, right, make it through.
How long this is why you shouldn't take naps, because this would have never happened.
So it was funny. I remember we were, kids, when they start to like movies, they just want to watch it over and over and over again. In this phase, she was watching Moana, and I remember what part of the movie I fell asleep and what part I woke up. It was literally like 7 to 10 minutes that I just dozed off. And that got accomplished in that time.
When they're at that age where they're walking around, running around, but they still have the diaper on, that's the most dangerous age, because at some point they're just like, what's this little tab do? They rip it apart. And it's like, oh, look, something to play with. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's the most disgusting thing you could possibly think of. Why are we no. I did not anticipate this when I had kids, but now that we're on the like making messes thing is what that leads me to. The amount of times, and my oldest 2 are thankfully out of this stage, but the youngest is still not there, where like if they go outside and they see like a puddle or mud or like anything that they could play in to get messy, my youngest still just wants to like go jump in that.
Yes, how mine is.
If there's paint or anything, like if we're doing a little like painting, finger painting, stuff like that in the house, little craft, they want that all over them. And I don't understand, like, I don't know when the age is, but at some point, I remember as a kid, because I used to, like, Play-Doh or whatever, like, you just get it everywhere. And then now as an adult, like, I obviously don't prefer to have a mess. I don't prefer to make a mess. I look at, I see videos sometimes of people, like, doing clay, where they're, like, learning how to do pottery. And I'm like, ugh. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all your hand all over. Yeah, I don't want that. I would never get into it for that specific reason. But there's a point where kids realize that's gross. I don't want to like have all that gunk on my hands, whatever it is. When they are at that age of 2, 3 years old, and they're still they are not at that age. They have not hit that. They like preteen. Yeah, like I guess
11, 12.
By the way, I got to give a shout out to. So yesterday, all day during the show, I was pissed off.
Yeah,
was very angry. Usually I'm pissed off anyway, but I was very angry because I pulled in yesterday.
Angry man.
Got here at 5:30. My tire pressure light went off a mile from the station. And I was like, that's not normal. My car never does that. Like, even when it's those mornings where it fluctuates temperature, it never throws a TPM, tire pressure monitor. Don't get the little symbol. So it goes off a mile from the station. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And in my car, you can like scroll down to see the air pressure on each tire.
Yeah.
One of my tires was down like 10 pounds from all the other ones. And I thought, oh, this is a puncture. Sure enough, pull into the station. I just hear it. As soon as I get out of the door, I'm like, well, that's a flat tire. But I'm here and I got to do the show, and I can't you were here yesterday. I was freaking out. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I can't call like a tire place. They're not open.
Yes.
I could call AAA for a tow, but I got to be here for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. I didn't really want them to tow. I didn't even know where to have them tow it because I have to find out if they have the tire. So I'm stressing about that all show. After the show, we have a meeting. Get out of the meeting. I call AAA, which thankfully I have, and they say, yeah, we can come. They can either put air in your tire. Well, that doesn't work because my tire's got a hole in it. That's not going to do anything. Mm-hmm. They can put a spare on it. The executives at Ford decided that my car did not need a spare tire when they built it. Some billionaire somewhere was like, you know what we could do? We could save 14% on our ROI or whatever if we didn't put spares in these cars. So they go live in the Hamptons. I'm stuck in the rain with no tire. So that is not an option. And then the third option is they can tow me somewhere. And then I'm thinking like, they're going to tow me to a place and the place isn't going to have the tire. So I'm calling places. No one has this tire. So then the option is they're going to tow me up to Marysville where I live. Mm-hmm. And then my car is going to be in the garage. Thankfully, I could get it up there. But then I still have to fix this tire issue. Mm-hmm. All that was fixed because Ernest came to the rescue. So Elite Auto Services out in Pataskala is who AAA contracted with to like tow my car. When I got in touch with them, they said, hey, before we tow your car, we have a guy who can actually fix your tire. Possibly. If it's punctured, we'll send him out first. Mm-hmm. His name was Ernest, came with his truck.
And as I was walking out to go get in my Uber, he was pulling up.
He was. And so we introduced you to Ernest, and he got the job done in like 5 minutes, fixed my car, fixed my tire, got me back. I'm driving on it now. Mm-hmm. It's holding great, Ernest, if you're listening. So thanks to them. If you ever need something, I would say Total Auto Service. They were great. They fixed it all up. But I want to find out who it was, some corporate executive that made a decision not to give you a spare tire.
You really want to take time out of your day to figure that out?
These people get to party in the, Ibiza, and I'm sitting here stuck in the rain with no flat tire because they decided, why we could save money. It's not about space. It's not about environmentalism. It's about saving money for their bottom line and screwing your customers over. Did they make the cars cheaper when they took the spare tires out? Answer is no. So I'm just saying, BS. But you know what? I'm trying to have an attitude of gratitude, Tyvis. The good news is, because some corporate bean counter made that decision, I got to meet Ernest, who was a great guy, big Buckeye fan.
Got a big
listens
Brutus
to the
on his
station.
arm.
Yes, he does. He had a big Brutus tattoo, so let him live. My guy, Ernest. Congress, this is, I'm sure, going to work. They're going to fix college football. We'll tell you about their latest effort next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Right now, if you're heading downtown, we are seeing a crash in your area. It's going to be that 71 southbound ramp to 70 eastbound. That right lane is currently blocked out there for you, but not too bad. Around the metro, actually looking pretty average when it comes to drive times. Of course, just take it nice and slow and be cautious out there on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Plug in to great deals on electrical supplies. Now at Menards. We carry a variety of steel electrical boxes, from outlet and weatherproof boxes to wall plates and covers. Whether you're a do-it-yourself homeowner or a contractor, you'll find the right products to complete your project. Save big money on electrical supplies. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Bats R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Iceman here. Got a big family and need a big ride? Then get ready to roll in the all-new 26 Chevrolet Suburban from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. This May, McDaniel GM Superstore is offering huge savings on the Suburban. We're talking up to $8,000 off. Save thousands on the SUV built for everything life throws your way. For well-qualified buyers, offer expires June 1st, 2026. See dealer for details. McDaniel GM Superstore is just a short drive up Route 23 off 95 in Marion, or you can check them out at McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
When you are a member of Tel-Ohio, your money works harder for you. Lock in 4% APY on a 24-month CD and watch your savings grow with a credit union built for its members. Visit telohio.org to learn more.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership open to anyone in Ohio. Restrictions apply.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasoh.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasoh.com/renew.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see plenty of sunshine today, and winds could be a little bit breezy at times as highs get into the 70s. And then for tonight, clear skies with overnight lows in the 50s. Friday will be a beautiful end to the work week as we see plenty of sunshine in the forecast and highs getting in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tyvis walked in and just said, "Are you wearing cologne?" And I said, "No. I mean, I'm not wearing anything different than I normally do. I do have a little thing I spray like one spray of. It's just like I guess it's like cologne. But I put that on every No. But I'm saying I put that on every day. It's not that.
You sure?
Wear my deodorant.
You sure it wasn't one of them squirt and a halves?
No, it wasn't a squirt and a half.
Okay.
Well, I count my squirts. Don't you worry. I keep track of all that. I got a spreadsheet and everything. Listen, the one thing I did different, though, was I have this lotion that we got that's like Bed Bath & Beyond. No, Bath & Body Works. Bed Bath & Beyond is the store that doesn't exist. Yeah. That too. Whatever.
R.I.P.
Yeah. But like usually I put it on my tattoos. I put it on, I put lotion on them to keep them trying to look nice, whatever. And so I put some on today, but usually I use the unscented lotion. There's been like 3 times in the last year I've used this scented lotion. And every time I do, you come in and say,
"There's no way that's what it is." I
put it on like 2 hours ago. It can't be that. It's a little dime-sized thing of lotion. No. It cannot be that. But that's every time I do it, you come in and say, "Are you wearing cologne?" I can still smell it a little bit.
You don't smell that.
I mean, does it smell good?
I just smell like cologne.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. So that's no.
Man, I know. I ain't put no cologne on.
That was a no answer on that.
I
that's
hate
fine.
this.
Yes,
what is this smell?
No, it's not a bad smell. It's not. It's just a strong. Sure. It's strong.
Yeah. I don't know how. I literally don't know how. I got to throw this lotion out because I can't. I don't want to be the person that has the overpowering scent. I definitely didn't mean to do that.
I feel like Common Man.
Yeah, well, he always sensitive to the smells. Trust me, working with him for years, I was always conscious of like, because he would be like, "Do you smell that?" And be like, "No." And then he'd say, "It smells like chicken." And then like an hour later, I would finally catch a scent of it and finds out someone in another state was microwaving chicken and he would smell it. And like, or a chicken truck would have tipped over outside and I didn't smell it, but he did. So I was always conscious of how I smelled around him. Now I see I'm going to have to be conscious around you too. Except you're going away for a while, so screw you. I can wear my lotion when Joshua Perry is in for the next couple of weeks.
He probably gonna have his stuff on.
Well, there we go. We'll have competing scents. Dylan, did you smell me when I walked in?
I did not.
See? All right.
But I'm one of those people that my nose pretty much doesn't work for like half the year.
Oh, right. You get the allergies.
Dylan, I'm
stuff.
telling you, I need you to walk through that door and sniff and tell me if you smell something.
Yeah, do it now. Just do it. Seriously,
No.
go ahead. Do it now and report back. Let's see. Let's find out if I stink or not. Yeah, because I'm curious if this is, because I'm not trying to, I didn't smell anything when I came in here, and then I've been sitting in here
like
for
I
like
didn't either. That's
40
why
minutes or so, and then that's, yeah. Oh, wow, really? Yeah. Oh, wow. Dylan says it's strong in here.
I told you.
I don't know what I did. I literally put on the smallest amount. I put on like a dime-sized amount of lotion.
For a guy whose nose only works half the year,
That's bad.
I know I'm not tripping.
I don't know what I did. I guess I can't use this lotion. I'm sorry.
It's probably like one level
myself.
up from middle school locker room in there.
Wait, does it stink or is it good?
It just smells like cologne was sprayed. Just like,
That's so
every
weird.
middle school
Axe.
locker room smells like Axe body spray.
Yeah.
What
That is
you have
so
on
weird.
smells better than that.
Okay, but that's so weird because it's literally just that's the only thing different I did today is put this stupid lotion on. Now every time I do it, I'm going to think about this. All right. So Congress, they're trying to fix college football. The proposal is the Protect College Sports Act. It was written after months of negotiation between Republican Ted Cruz and Democrat Maria Cantwell. So that is, if you're not keeping score, that is a bipartisan effort, which they love to say. This would give the NCAA antitrust exemption to enforce several rules that have been challenged in court in recent years. Those rules would include limiting athletes to transferring schools only one time without penalty, limiting athlete eligibility to a maximum of 5 years, prohibiting former professional athletes from playing in college. So that would kind of be a big thing that seems out of nowhere that we've had suddenly pop up, especially in college basketball, guys from the G League coming back to play. Prohibiting schools from poaching a coach from another school during their sports season. This would be, they're literally calling this the Lane Kiffin rule. And then would also allow the schools to unify to negotiate their TV rights. All right. Go ahead, Tyvis.
I look at these and I say, duh. Duh. Of course this is what you want. Like, of course. Like, yeah. Is this going to happen? No, they're going to go take them right to court and say, we got the right to do X, Y, and Z. And the court's going to say, you know what, you're right. And that's probably going to be the end of it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of my rule of thumb whenever politicians get involved in sports is just know that they're doing this because they want to stay elected, not necessarily because they want to fix the problem, because it's very popular. Like all of these are very popular things. If you polled college football fans, there's a lot of people who would say, yeah, we should limit the amount of transfers. We should limit the amount of time that a guy can be in college. They want to limit the amount of money that some of these guys can make, right? All that stuff.
I'm still trying to figure out how we got to this transfer rule that we currently are on. I don't know how we got there.
You mean the one where you can just stay in school forever and transfer 15 times? Or which one?
No, just like you could, after every year, you could transfer if you wanted to.
Well, they took away the penalty for transfer.
Well, yes, but my question is, why did they do that? Like,
Here's
who
the thing.
took them to court, sued them, and won to make this happen?
Well, here's the thing.
Because that is when everything really went down.
Almost every one of these things that they put forward in this proposal has already been taken to court, and they've lost in court because someone said, hey, that doesn't seem like that should be legal, that you could do this. For example, like your thing about the transfer portal or the, unlimited transfer thing, that was a lawsuit brought, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like that one was that was a settlement with the Department of Justice. That's what that was. Because
the DOJ
was investigating the NCAA saying, you're limiting where people can work, essentially. Because whether or not the NCAA wants to call it that, everyone else who's a grown-up looks at what they do and says, this is an employee-employer relationship, essentially, right? You can call them student-athletes all you want, but when these people are playing sports for you, they are allowed to go wherever they want to do that. You can't stop them from doing that any more than you could stop a college student from saying, I went to Wisconsin for a year, and now I've decided to go to Wisconsin Green Bay for a year, and now I've decided to transfer to Marquette. Like, you can do that if you want to. It's probably not the best decision for your college and academic life, but why would there be a law against that from the NCAA? And there isn't unless you're an athlete. So and that's where they're saying that's not legal.
So it seems like we come all the way back to stop the student athlete thing.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all this.
That's all you have to do.
All this comes down to is people in Congress trying to sound big and tough. And then they're going to put if this passes and actually becomes a law, which I don't know that that's a guarantee, but let's say that they can get this through Congress, it gets signed into law, and it becomes the law of the land. Then the first thing they're going to do is the first time the school actually tries to do this, they're going to go to court and say, hey, that law is unconstitutional. And then that's going to probably go up to eventually the Supreme Court. Because remember, the NCAA settled a lot of these cases because they didn't want to go to court. They did not want to see what the actual ruling would be. But if they do go that route, because look how it went when they went in other instances.
They got a boat race.
Yes. So they've been avoiding court all this time. That's why they're asking Congress to make laws to help them in court. Because then they can point at court and say, this is the law of the land now. That's going to become a constitutional argument, and that'll go to the Supreme Court.
Let me ask you, let's play devil's advocate here. Let's say that they dropped the student athlete part.
Yeah. Call them employees.
Yes. You mean to tell me, hold on, because this could be unbelievable for a lot of kids. You're telling me that a high school kid wouldn't have to worry about academics to get to play essentially college ball?
Well, no, see, this is the thing.
I need to know.
No.
Because if that's the case, I know a bunch of people that didn't make it because of grades. That would have been unbelievable on the field if they academically could put it together.
That is a fair point. Here's what I would think, though. I genuinely believe 99% of the problems the NCAA has and college sports have could be solved if they would ever just get over themselves and say, all right, fine. Just like the kid that works at the bookstore is an employee of Ohio State, just like the kid who works at the union as a barista in the coffee shop is an employee of Ohio State, and just like the person who works as a TA is an employee of Ohio State, this is also, you're an employee of Ohio State, and you are part of that system. I worked at the Shot for like a year. When I went to Ohio State, the 1 year I did, I was a ticket taker, essentially. I bought and sold tickets at the ticket office, took calls, did customer service, all that. I'm in the retirement plan for Ohio State, just like a professor, because I was an employee at Ohio State. You played for 3-4 years at Ohio State. You were there doing...
I'm not in the retirement.
You were way more involved in it. You're not considered an employee, even though you were actually doing way more work than I ever did at Ohio State. And you made more money for Ohio State than I ever did. But yet... I can technically be considered an employee of Ohio State. You can't. And that makes no sense.
T-Bone. Not a dime.
Makes no sense to me. But if they would do that, then they could set more rules like, hey, if you want to play sports, you have to hit this GPA. Why? That's part of your employment contract. You can have rules like that when you employ somebody. You can have a lot of rules when you employ somebody. Creates its own set of legal issues, right? Workman's comp, stuff like that comes into play. But I would think you'd rather deal with those well-worn pathways where you know what the legal rules are. Everyone complaining about there's no guidelines, there's no rules. Make them employees. You'll have guidelines and rules. It will not be hard. And actually, it will probably be bad for the players because I doubt guys are going to get $10 million a year if they're employees because you could set rules like you can't do endorsement deals. Sorry. Like, as an employee, if you want to work here, you can't do that. They can set rules like that once you're an employee. Can't do it when they're not. So... they can keep doing this rigmarole and all this stuff that they try to do, but until they actually admit that these guys are employees, guys and gals, it's probably not going to go well for them in court. We now know the kickoff time for Ohio State's games this season, at least a few of them. We'll tell you about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Right now, seeing some slight slowdowns over in New Albany, really 62 eastbound just as you're passing 161 closer towards that Smiths Mill Road area. So keep in mind, be patient, go slow as always. But over on the west side, actually looking really nice on that western outer belt. We're talking 270 between 33 and Roberts Road, only a 5-minute commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
We've all been there. You come home after a long day only to find water dripping from the ceiling. Your roof has decided it's had enough. And now frustration sets in. Another unexpected problem added to your never-ending to-do list. At Newman Roofing, we get it. That's why we make the process simple and stress-free, handling every detail with professionalism, so you don't have to worry and can get back to the things that matter most to you. So, how do you begin? Step 1. Schedule your free estimate by calling our office at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting our website, newmanroofing.com. Step 2. Meet with one of our trusted representatives who will guide you through the best plan for your home. Step 3. We get to work, and you watch your roof transform before your very eyes. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, the Newman Roofing team is here to guide and support you every step of the way. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF to schedule your free estimate and experience the Newman Roofing difference. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Kicking off the list at 7 a.m. today. The list is in honor of Tyvis getting ready to go on baby duty and leaving for paternity leave the next few weeks, starting on Monday. We're doing biggest babies in sports.
Jonathan Smith.
The former Michigan State coach? Yeah, I think he is. He probably is. He's a gigantic baby.
Where is he at now?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
He didn't get a job.
If I were him, swimming in my own pool of cash and just enjoying the fact that I got paid millions of dollars to go away. But no, probably not. He probably is doing something stupid. So, yeah, if you want to submit those, you can at Bone and Tyvis 971 or go to the YouTube channel, hit YouTube 971 The Fan, T-Bone and Tyvis, click on that. You can get in the chat. Put yours there. I do think there's a difference to me. Would we call it, because I was looking a little bit of research on this, and I kept getting directed by the internet to biggest crybabies in sports, and then it would take me to like Adam Morrison. Remember the Gonzaga player who was like crying on the court because he lost?
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's not what I was talking about either. I'm saying like the biggest whiners, complainers. They're always, like, oh man, the refs are screwing me over. Mm-hmm. They're always looking to the refs for a call. Yep. That to me is the biggest. That's a baby.
Every time you say this, it's just one person's face that just jumps out.
The crying Jordan meme.
No,
it's not the crying Jordan meme.
Okay,
he is in that discussion though. Greatest of all time.
They say he in that. Yeah,
I mean,
we can have that conversation.
All right, fine.
By the way,
do that at 7 a.m.
I saw this after we decided our list topic, but today is National Burger Day.
That feels great.
And I was
that
thinking
feels awesome.
Maybe we could rank those, but since we're doing the baby thing instead, favorite place to get a burger?
What's the criteria?
Just anywhere.
Burger King, because they're the only ones that do it for breakfast.
Well, that is accurate. Yes, yeah. I'm glad I showed you the light on that.
Have dinner for breakfast.
Why not? Get breakfast for dinner.
I think me and you, Ben, are going to have the same answer.
The best burger?
I don't know.
The best burger.
Are we talking like again though?
For me, recently, especially here locally, I know they're all over the Midwest. Culver's.
Oh, Culver's is great.
Can't miss.
Culver's is great.
Culver's is good.
I mean,
that's what I was going to say. On Saturday, actually, it was delicious.
When you do that, and now they call them.
Wasn't your cheat day?
No, my wife wanted it.
Okay.
Oh, see,
that's an exemption.
Yeah, of course. They're saying that, like, I love a good smash burger, and they call them butter burgers there, but that just has to do with them putting the bun on like a pat of butter and then melting that on the griddle, and it infuses that into the bun. But like, yeah, when you smash a burger and it gets those lacy, crispy edges to it, that's great.
That's this truck. When I stayed at Evans Farms, they used to have this truck that came by. Smash City was the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I seen that they was going to be there, I'd make it my business to go. That was one of the best smash burgers I've ever had in my life. Shout out to Smash City. I don't know where they at.
The only thing I wish they had, and I used to not be this way, but I wish that the Culver's and Freddy's is another one, which is like Culver's. They have a couple locations now.
I haven't been to Freddy's yet, but I keep passing it every time I pick up my daughter from school, and I am going to find a way to stop.
There's one in Hilliard. There's one in Grove City. I'm telling you that I think they're great, but I wish those places like Culver's and Freddy's would just offer, hey, would you like onions in this? Like, I'm talking like thin.
Why ruin it?
What do you mean, why ruin it?
You don't like onions?
Well, yeah, no, I don't.
No, you smash the onions in and they caramelize. Now you get this caramelized onion smashed into the burger. It's still thin and crispy, but you get that. Put a little piece of cheese on it, your toppings. It's great. It's an awesome flavor combination.
How you feel about pickles is how I feel about onions.
Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's okay. I can appreciate someone who doesn't like veggies in their meat, whatever the veggies are. But for me, I will like an onion smashed in that burger. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Culver's is good. I'd go with that. Although I am always partial to the square patties of the Wendy's franchise. Those are still a Dave's double for me is hard to beat. I do love a Dave's double.
I've said this before, but I had it again the other day. I don't know what's thicker. A dime or the Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger patty. That thing needs to be like twice as thick as what it is.
I know. It's gotten thin.
It's light.
I'm with you.
I see, I like a JBC because it's light.
It's the thinnest piece of meat
it's
ever.
Light. It's light.
It might as well be
you can eat that. You can eat that and like it's enough to like get you, like if you like a little hungry but you got like 2 hours before you're supposed to eat dinner or something like that, it holds you over for the 2 hours.
Here's Tyvis again with his pre-meal meals.
That's what it is. It's a nice little app.
A sloppy Joe is thicker than a patty on a JBC. It's ridiculous.
That's bad.
I don't want it anymore. I'm almost done with Wendy's because they changed the way their biggie deals are. So the JBC is the only one that's $6.
Oh, that sucks.
Long past the days of 4 for $4.
That's never happening.
That's
you're not getting that back. You're not getting that back.
So this is essentially the cheapest thing you can get and still be full. But it's not. It doesn't fill me up anymore because the patty is so thin.
I will tell you,
Chipotle.
I did find one food thing that it's not the Arby's 5 for $5, but it's about the closest I'm going to get anytime soon. Sheetz doing those 6 for $6 tacos is awesome.
I don't know if I love Sheetz.
Dude,
Sheetz I don't know if I trust the Sheetz taco.
They deep fry it right in front of you. They put all the toppings in and they deep fry the tortillas right there in the restaurant. They actually deep fry. They're great. They're surprisingly good. They're hard shell tacos and they're awesome.
Reason, it's like certain places you can't trust food to be made at certain places. If for some reason a gas station and tacos just seems like a deadly combination for the toilet.
Speak for yourself, because I'm a very trusting individual, and I will trust Sheetz with my life when it comes to that.
I don't know. It's like going to an Asian place and a Chinese place and saying I want chicken wings.
That's the way I feel when it comes to any.
But why? I would eat chicken wings at a Chinese place. I'll eat them there. I don't care.
I just don't trust it.
I don't go there for chicken wings, but if I go to like a Chinese buffet and they're on the buffet, of the many things I pick out, I will get a little crab rangoon.
Just don't trust it.
I want the person who's making my taco to look a certain way, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Okay, that's all.
I just want to point out Dylan's last name is Dylan Gonzalez, and I'm not and co-signing that. Dylan said that, just to be clear. Just want to be very clear about who's making what statements on this show. You watch, they'll quote tweet this video on social, and then they'll have my face on it with like, I don't trust who's making my tacos. And it'll be like, look at T-Bone saying, no, I didn't say that. I trust anyone. You can make a taco. I don't care. Make a taco however you want. I'm just saying, I like the Sheetz tacos. That's all I'm telling you.
Same thing with like General Tso's chicken.
No, see, I'm out on this whole conversation. You can make whatever food you want.
Certain demographic.
Now, if I go to the restaurant, regardless of who's working there, I go to the restaurant, I don't care who's working there, but if I get bad food, then I say, all right. You could blind taste test. I don't even need to see who's working there. I just care about how it tastes.
It matters. It matters.
Okay, again, that's Tyvis and Dylan saying that. I'll let them live. That's not me saying that at all. The kickoff times we know. Ball State now 12:30 on BTN. Kent State, big noon on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Yippee. Maryland, either 3:30 or it says up to 8 p.m. So sometime between 3:30 and 8 p.m. So mark your calendars for an indisposed amount of time, I guess, on Saturday, whatever day it is. It's homecoming for Ohio State.
Everyone can get excited for not noon. That's basically what they said.
Yeah, that's pretty much that. It's not noon, so be excited for that, I guess. No word on what this means for, like, the Oregon game, but I think we all know. Probably it's going to be on Big Noon, but we'll find out. We also now have one former Michigan coach saying coaching the Wolverines was a mistake. We'll tell you who that is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Seeing a lot more cars out there, but still no incidents to report. Some slowdowns we're noticing, though, include New Albany 161 in that eastbound direction, just as you're heading towards 62 out there. But hey, for friends in Madison County, looking pretty great for stepping out the door right now. 40 East is going to take you about 19 minutes between 42 to 270. Definitely take 70 East if you can, if you're heading downtown, especially 42 to 270. Only looking at 12 minutes when it comes to your commute times. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Whether you're refreshing flower beds or finishing up that weekend project, Ohio Mulch, they have everything you need to make it look like a pro did it.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time.
These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Common Man and Timmy are inviting select jabronis to the station for pizza. Hey, that could be you. Email goodcleanboy@gmail.com and tell us why you should be chosen.
Presented by Billiards Plus and sponsored by Paisano Peppers.
The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
T-Bone would like to take a second to remind everyone that Eddie George is awesome and that Ronnie James Dio was an American treasure. And that pickles are gross. Thank you. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
I have a question. Has AI just... What happened to Google? Now, I know Google's been using AI for years, right? But like yesterday, I had this issue with my tire. I had a flat. I knew it was flat. I knew I had a puncture. And I'm looking up tire repair, right? I'm Googling tire repair near me. And what I kept getting was tire stores. And it's like, I'm sure they can repair the tire. But like, I would call these places and they're like, well, without seeing it, you got to bring it in and you need a tire and blah, blah, blah. So then I asked some of these tire places that I call, hey, do you have a mobile repair? Do you have someone who will come out and fix it? No, they don't do that. So then I Google mobile tire repair. And Dylan, what I kept getting in response from Google AI was mobile phone repair. And then they would, because it said mobile and repair, but I said tire in the middle of it. I wanted somebody who could come out to my car and fix my tire right there on the spot. That exists. It's a service I've had before. It's a service I had yesterday. Shout out to Elite Auto Service in Pataskala. Ernest got the job done for me. But like, I Googled this a bunch of times. I couldn't find it. It wouldn't come up. So am I old and I just don't know how to use Google now? Or has Google gotten actively worse because of AI?
You see, I'm the opposite. Yesterday, I was screaming at my phone because I used Safari on the iPhone and the AI mode wouldn't pop up. And I was like, where is AI mode? I need AI mode. And I had to update my phone. I don't know. It's just easy. It just pops up. Boom. I don't have to click on any links or anything. And but it just pops up. I don't know. I don't use Google AI. I use Safari because I have an iPhone. You don't.
Yeah, I'm on the Google side of things. And Google's been the like default search engine on my phone. And it like now I have to actively get past all the AI bullcrap to get to actual things. But it's ruined the experience. And yet all these idiots who run companies are like, we got to do more. Who's asking for artificial intelligence?
I mean, some are better than others. Like all the computers here are Microsoft and it defaults to whatever browser that is. Yeah. And their AI is called Copilot. Copilot could go straight to hell.
Right. Yes. All
That's
of it
the
can.
one I Googled if Denzel, or I didn't Google. I searched on whatever Microsoft's default browser is Denzel Boston, David Boston's son, and it said yes. And then I ran with it on the air.
Yeah, you did.
Like, that is incorrect information. That's not right. But see, again, because the artificial intelligence is just, at some point, it's artificial. The intelligence is not actually there, and it's just learning off of us. And I like, none of us ever knew we were getting monitored for this by Google and Facebook and all the other things. We're training their AI to eventually replace all of us in everything. I didn't want that. I want AI for like trash collection. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the guys who work in trash collection would be like, yeah, please get that out of our hair so we don't have to do that. And then they can go do whatever they would rather do. But since we need that, we need people who can pick up trash or can do some of these tasks. Why do we have AI doing that instead of we have AI doing all the artwork? No, I want humans doing the artwork because humans are better at it. And they will be better at it forever. There's no chance that AI ever is going to get better than a human when it comes to like making the Mona Lisa. It's not going to happen.
There's people that like train their Chat GPT. Like if I had to play the Newlywed game against Chat GPT when it came to my girlfriend, I would lose to the Chat GPT on her phone.
We got to stop
Chat
this.
GPT
What is
on
the Newlywed game.
You never heard of where you have like questions that are asked of newlyweds about like what's their favorite color, what do they like to eat, what's
you know what
this used to be a game on TV.
I actually did that and I won.
See, there you go.
Game show for tomorrow. I'm going to make you guys play the newlywed game. See how well you guys know each other.
Me and Bone?
Hey,
yes.
I like it. Yeah.
Bone,
that's good.
Bone don't know.
We've been together for a year. But we've also, I've known of you for a much longer time than probably you've known of me. So I have that advantage because I watched you play. I knew about your bad tackling angles back in the day, and I was very vocal about it.
But the point I was trying to make, ChatGPT probably knows my girlfriend better than I do. Just because how often she uses it, it learns, and then boom.
I'm just saying, we need artificial intelligence for toilet maintenance. I don't let artificial intelligence do all the stuff that we don't want to do as humans. We let it do that. Let the humans do all the cool stuff like music and art and all that. Let us keep our jobs. That's all I'm saying.
Did you see that ChatGPT is going to help NBA officials now?
No.
Decipher between flops and foul calls and. Yeah, Adam Silver was on Pat McAfee yesterday, and he talked about it.
He's such... well, is this going to go as well? Remember when Adam Silver, it was around, isn't it the All-Star game where they always have this State of the League thing, and he breaks out some new technology?
Yeah.
Remember a couple years ago, I believe Isaiah Thomas was on stage for this, and it was, here's a jersey that can change the name and the number on the jersey. And they had it under glass, and it was this thing where you could go on your app, and it changed literally what it said on the back of the jersey. So that if you have a different player you want to wear at the game, you could just change it live. And they said, this is the future. They're never making that. That's not real. It was a thing they did. They said it's going to happen. It's never happening. I hope that's the way it is with ChatGPT, helping out referees. That's stupid. We don't need that. You need better referees if that's the case. So one former Michigan coach says that coaching the Wolverines was a mistake. That is current West Virginia coach, and I keep forgetting he's back there, Rich Rodriguez, back with the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
He was talking on a podcast called Next Up with Adam Brenneman. Let him live. Marty's cat. I don't know. Anyway, said, was it a mistake going there? Yeah. It's easy to say that now, but I also learned a lot from coaching at Michigan. I would never take another job without visiting it first, probably, because if I would have visited there, I would have realized we had some better stuff here, like in the weight room, than they had. So I like that he, one, said it was a mistake to go there, and two, they sucked more than we did back when I was at West Virginia. So that's two shots off of Michigan at once. I like it. It's good.
He's saying that the Mountaineers was better than the Wolverines.
Back when he went, what was that, 2011? I'm trying to remember what timeline that was. I mean, it's been a long time ago since he coached there.
He wasn't there when I
want to say it was even.
It might have been before that.
Yeah,
You're right.
Wasn't it
Because that might have been Brady Hoke in 2011 or 2012, whenever that was. You're right. It was.
He coached Michigan from 2008 to 2010, so you weren't far off.
Okay, so just a few years before that.
Yeah,
that's pathetic if that's true. Now I'm sure Michigan people
West
will come out and refute that.
You said 2008? Wasn't Pat White with West V and
Oh, they were awesome.
That's what got him the job. Pat White and Steve Slayton.
Oh yeah,
he had West Virginia rolling back in the day.
They were better than them at that time.
No, but the weight room. The weight room at West Virginia should never be better than the weight room at Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pathetic.
That is true.
So again, that's his perspective on it. Now, he did say, he learned a lot there. His kids developed lifelong friends there. Some of their best friends are from there. They've all, developed connections to Michigan and that school and all that. But so he wasn't totally negative on the team up north, which I wish he would have been. But yeah, it was a mistake for him to go there. But when I read this, it shocked me, and then I thought about it.
But I understand why he would, that's essentially, that was a step up.
Of course it was.
But when he got there, they was not a step up, facility-wise, which is ridiculous.
It is.
But, it's not shocking. It's them. Good. They stink. They facilities stink. Their whole team stink.
I like it.
The campus stinks.
We can say all this now because we've beaten them.
Yes.
It's over.
Yep.
The long reign of terror for the last 4 years is gone.
Isn't it great?
Back to the way things. Yeah, it's almost like that game matters and will always matter, no matter what anybody wants to say about it. But the last thing I'll add is when I saw him say, I took the job before visiting there, I thought, that's ridiculous. And then I thought, well, how many people have visited? When Lane Kiffin took his job at LSU, did he tour the facilities beforehand, or did he just go, it's LSU, I got to go?
He had his family go, remember?
He had his family go look at houses.
What type of person does
Did he have the... No, I'm asking, though, when you take a job, if it's especially a big-time job like that where it's...
You don't think you would tour the facility?
I'm saying
I don't know if you can in the compressed schedule of college football where it's like you're trying to keep the news from getting out. You're denying that you're looking for this job. You're saying, oh, no, I'm interested in being here at West Virginia. Oh, yeah, I'm a big West Virginia.
You shouldn't lie.
No, you shouldn't lie. But then, and don't forget at the time, I believe it was between, didn't they go after Rich Rod first at Alabama? And then when he shot him down and went to Michigan, they said, well, I guess we'll have to go with this other idiot from West Virginia. Nick Saban, come on down. And that turned out to work out well. Maybe I have my timelines mixed up, but I'm pretty sure there was another coach they wanted before Nick Saban. And then when that coach turned him down, I'm pretty sure it was Rich Rod. Then they went and got Nick Saban, and it worked out for Alabama. But I don't know. Did he tour the facility before he took that job? Probably not. Because a lot of these guys probably don't have time to.
If you was getting hired to another radio station,
of course I would.
Tour the facility?
Absolutely.
Right.
I would want to know.
So why would you?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But that's not big time college football. That's all I'm saying. The list is coming up next. Biggest babies in sports. You can tell us yours at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, some great news out there, folks. Traffic still looking nice and easy out there. No crashes to report. So far, so good, especially for our friends in our southeast corner just outside of Canal Winchester. Oh, yeah, we're talking 33 in that westbound direction between Gender Road and 270. Right now, though, only a 5-minute commute out there. Looks a lot better heading towards that 70 and 270 spot. You got 3 minutes for that commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Truck drivers, maximize your miles and earn top pay as a team driver at Schneider. Schneider just raised its pay for team drivers and has the freight to keep you moving. More business with small package parcel shippers creates new opportunities with DC to DC drop and hook freight. The advantages don't stop there. Schneider's teams also enjoy the newest trucks with factory installed power inverters and outlets, refrigerators, and memory foam mattresses. Join now and sign-on bonuses of up to $16,000 per team may be available. Find your team driving job at SchneiderJobs.com.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. Back in 1989, when I first went on the radio to introduce this whole no closing cost concept, where you could actually close on your mortgage without the lender taking $15,000, I had no idea if I had created the next pet rock fad of the day or something that would define my career over the course of the next 37 years. But once mortgage rates fell from 9 down to 6, our business exploded and I never looked back. You see, a no-cost loan is the only consumer-friendly mortgage where the homeowner actually holds all the cards. Short funds to close, eliminate thousands of dollars in closing costs. Rates are now down almost 2% from the peak, but you're holding off due to the cost of a refi? Not anymore. So let's start you down that path of eliminating closing costs once and for all and keep that money where it belongs, with you. 877-9-NO-COST. That's 877-9-NO-COST. Or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 250-2146.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting Hoo Day, the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit ProFootballHof.com and plan your visit today.
Hey Columbus, buy a new Ford at the same price of Ford employee pays. No markup, no haggling. Right now, Capital Ford of Columbus, get employee pricing on F-150s, Super Duties, Explorers, Mustangs, and more. Thousands in savings. This deal ends soon. Come to Capital Ford today, priced for you.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville and Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
Common Man and Timmy here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Oh, Timmy, it's getting closer.
What is?
The grand opening of the new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel.
Oh, that's right. The grand opening celebration is coming up on June 12th. Brett Michaels will be there.
And there's going to be fireworks and food trucks and swag and a chance to win a motorcycle.
Motorcycle shit. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Plus, on select Wednesdays and Saturdays, it's the $1,000 Win Your Way drawings.
Must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Net available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. We found out a couple of kickoff times for the Ohio State Buckeyes yesterday. The season opener against Ball State will get started at 12:30 and will be televised on Big Ten Network. Their September 19th contest versus Kent State will be a big noon kickoff on Fox. Or as always, you can catch every Buckeye game right here on The Fan. The Cleveland Guardians got back in the win column after beating the Washington Nationals 3-2 yesterday. Gavin Williams pitched 7 innings and gave up just 1 earned run in the victory. They'll start a series tonight versus the Red Sox at 7:10. And the Cincinnati Reds were going for a sweep versus the New York Mets, but failed to do so after losing 4-2 last night. They'll host the Braves over on the Fan 2. Coverage starts just after 6 o'clock. This update was sponsored by TurboTrack Realty. Done with that property? Call John Kozik at TurboTrack Realty. He'll buy it today for cash. 614-472-0000. Breaking sports news right here on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, clearing up a little timeline thing, and then we'll get to the list. So I said in the last segment that Rich Rodriguez turned down the Bama job and took the Michigan job. That's technically true, but it wasn't the same time. It was 2006, December 2006. Alabama was looking to hire a new head coach. They approached Rich Rodriguez when he was coaching at West Virginia. This is I know a lot of you remember this, but for those who don't, this shows you how far down Bama was, where they go to Rich Rodriguez at West Virginia, and he gave it a solid consideration and then said, I'm just more comfortable here at West Virginia. I'm just going to stay here where I know things, it's more familiar. And then it was a year later that Lloyd Carr stepped down and Michigan's job came open, and he did decide to take the Michigan job starting in 2007, into 2007, early 2008. So that's the timeline with Rich Rodriguez. But after Rich Rodriguez said no to Alabama, they turned to their next candidate, who was Dolphins head coach Nick Saban. Because remember, he had left college, gone to the Dolphins for a couple years, was not going well there. And I'm not saying it would have worked out this way, but imagine if Rich Rod, butterfly effect here with me for a second. If Rich Rod had taken the Alabama job and then West Virginia's open, whatever, Nick Saban stays with Miami for another year, maybe he gets fired, whatever.
Oh, he was getting fired.
Or takes a year hiatus.
Whatever happens.
Nick Saban, ain't he the one that had a player pass out or something?
Yes,
and
that was a story.
Stepped over him and went to his office.
He did. And all the players were like, who the hell is this guy?
He was getting fired for sure.
Sure. But let's just say that was the case. Then Michigan's job comes open the following year, and Nick Saban, remember, he had LSU national championship already to his name, had the Michigan State Big Ten experience, recruited that area well. Michigan absolutely would have had him on the short list of guys to call.
Can you imagine a world where the Nick Saban reign of terror that we knew
went to the Wolverines?
If that happened in the Big Ten with Michigan instead of Alabama,
we'd be.
Oh my!
You saying
God.
it'd be like how people talk about the SEC? They would have talked about the Big Ten.
No, I'm saying we would have maybe, but I'm saying like I don't think you'd have had
the war. The 10-year war would have reignited.
That would have been rough. Right, for all of our lore about beating Michigan all those years, I don't know if that would have happened if you had Nick Saban up here.
I mean, to Tyvis's point, the SEC dominated that time period, but just like the SEC had Florida, Bama, Urban versus Nick Saban, we could have had that had Ohio State and Michigan with equal success for both programs.
Could have had that here. Absolutely right. Urban would have had, though, to opt into, hey, every year at the end of the year, you got to go play, like every year you're playing Nick Saban.
Man, that would have been, woo!
Yeah. That's a tremendous sports what if that I'm glad we never had to worry about.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on The List.
Sponsored by Baths R Us. Go to bathsrus.com to schedule your free estimate. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
All right, the list today. Biggest babies in sports. We're just going to name some names here. I think it's very safe to throw this name out there as much as I think everyone on the show very much respects this guy.
LeBron James.
Yes, 100%. It's one of the biggest babies in sports.
LeBron James has the biggest crybaby moment I've ever seen in my life.
And it was warranted.
No, you talking about the one against the Celtics?
Yes.
Where he was that dude. Somebody said that they rode their car. They have accidentally rolled their dog over in their car. And they didn't cry as bad as LeBron James did.
What are we talking about?
He got fouled at the end of a Celtics regular. The one where Pat Bev takes the camera
and takes it to the ref. Yeah, LeBron. That was by far the worst I've ever seen. Like, come on,
man. It was a clear foul, though.
I understand that, but this man was falling all on the ground and whatnot. Like, it was. He took it too far. He really did.
Yeah,
really did.
Well, and again, I think we can all admit that LeBron's a great player, and also that he is one of the poster child people for now the NBA. You have every player, as soon as something happens, what? And like going to the ref while like the play is still going on. LeBron was one of the first guys that did that as much. Now,
yeah, but
Kobe did it too. Whatever it's worth. I'm not going to say that he didn't, but LeBron took it to a whole nother level.
As a LeBron guy, I can agree when people say he's the godfather of flopping. I will not argue with that. But what you said about the complaining thing, you go YouTube Michael Jordan crying. He's whining all the time.
No,
he threw actual temper tantrums.
I don't have, Dylan.
Homeboy would stop with 2 feet.
Dylan, I don't have to go back and YouTube it because I lived it. I watched it. And I'm telling you, I'm someone who says LeBron better than Michael in 99% of basketball things. I would take LeBron over Michael Jordan. LeBron James absolutely complained more, and everyone else after him has complained a lot more than players did during Michael's era.
People were complaining before LeBron James came to the NBA. They complained,
of course, but it's not like LeBron. I'm not saying they didn't complain, but LeBron has taken it to a very different level from anything that was prior to him. He took it up a level, and now it's like acceptable that Luka Doncic is another guy who complains all the time. Luka complains a ton.
Listen, that man right there is the worst in the NBA. I don't care what nobody says. We can say this about LeBron, and it's kind of funny because he do have his moments. Luka, I promise you, after almost every play, he look at that ref and he throwing his hands up. And I'll be looking at him like, bro, you don't even care about, well, I know you don't care about defense, but you like religiously don't care. Luka won. Caitlin Clark like that.
Oh, yeah. She's a whiner.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark 100% deserves to be on this list, too. She absolutely. I was at an OSU Iowa game when she was playing at Iowa, and she looked at the ref and said something about a call. Like they had blown the whistle and the refs were conferring. She walked over to the huddle and just stood there with her hands on her hips and started talking with the refs. And Kevin McGuff, I remember, walked over and was like, what the hell? Like, get her. Why is she there? And then sure enough, the refs came out and they called the foul against Ohio State. And it's like, no, you can't let her do that. So I guess in fairness to her, she's been allowed to go lobby the refs and just sit there and be the fourth official out of nowhere. I don't know why that's allowed, but she did that in college. She's done in the WNBA. Yeah, she's in that list.
I don't know if you guys noticed, and this coincides with what you said about LeBron and it kind of being that era when the Golden State Warriors, like the late mid-teen, just all of them. Steph, Clay, Draymond.
Oh, yeah.
But when they would take their mouthpiece and fling it.
Yes, when they would play the Lob City Clippers with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, every foul was disputed in those games. Every single one. No one on either one of those teams thought that they ever fouled. It was just constant whining and complaining to the refs. Between CP3, Blake Griffin, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, oh my God, it was just a whine fest.
Yeah, well, Draymond Green is definitely on my list for biggest babies in all of sports.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a complaint.
All the elite soccer stars, and this is, you know me, I love soccer. This is not an anti-soccer take, but like it's accepted in that sport. It's kind of like how the NBA has become too, where it's like the refs just accept it, and so now all the big-time stars all do it. But Lionel Messi complains to the refs all the time.
What about Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby is a huge complainer. I would give him a biggest baby award, absolutely.
This LeBron thing, I'm watching it again, and it is ridiculous. he lost his mind.
How about just for namesake alone?
And the sick part is they were going into overtime. It wasn't like they lost the game.
Once he acted like that, they lost the game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is true.
Just for namesake alone, let us remember Glenn Big Baby Davis.
I mean, I don't know if I don't think I would call Glenn Davis a baby to his face. No way, shape, or form. But sure, yeah, that was his nickname, was Big Baby.
Terrell Owens.
Oh, yeah.
But see, again, I don't know, man. Like, I think people give him that because he did the whole "that's my quarterback" thing, like because he cried, because apparently you're not allowed to cry in sports. But I feel like that's a man who played on like a broken foot or a broken leg, whatever it was, in the Super Bowl and played awesome.
Was it a torn ACL or something like
whatever it was.
I thought it was a broken.
I thought it was like a severely high ankle sprain, or maybe it was like fractured, whatever it was. He went out way quicker than anyone thought in a Super Bowl and like gave it his all. I don't know that I could call that guy a baby. That's all I'm saying. Like, I will give it to the guys who complain all the time. I don't know that. I mean, he complained, but
Odell Beckham.
Sure, I give him that. That's fine.
I feel like one big one we haven't mentioned, Dan Hurley.
God, yes. Yes, absolutely right. UConn head coach, 100%.
He get away with headbutting the refs.
Well, you know what? Who else?
I thought he was going to come give me a chest bump. Like, what?
Oh, dude. That man acts like a child out there. And you know who else acts like a child? It's taking him. It seems like basketball is just a lot of this.
Yeah.
Kim Mulkey at LSU, the women's head coach there, she throws in absolute fit all the time on the court. And I don't know how. It's like she's like a toddler. It's like throwing a tantrum in a store. Every game, she does that. I don't
throw Gino in there then.
Yeah, Gino REM, absolutely.
He lost his mind though, with that Don Staley thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll give you one more baby. Chris Sale. Remember legendary pitcher Chris Sale, who
he's with the Braves.
He's with the Braves now.
As a matter of fact, he on the mound tonight.
Well, what I was saying
is, don't ask me how I know that.
I'm not saying remember him like he doesn't play. I'm saying remember when I believe he was with the White Sox then, and they had their alternate uniforms, and it was like one of those City Connect or whatever it was days where the team just said, these are the uniforms you have to wear. They were throwback uniforms or something. He didn't want to wear them. Starting pitcher usually gets to make that call. He was so mad that the team was going to force them to wear these uniforms. He went in before the game with scissors and cut up all the uniforms. That's psychopath behavior. That's also gigantic man-child baby behavior. That is
it worked.
Huge. It did work. They didn't wear the uniforms, but he's a baby. He's 100% a baby.
We have to go to break, but more starting pitchers should have been mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're the biggest babies.
Tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. More of those coming up. Plus, one college AD is pissed at his conference's TV network. In fact, this AD could be on the baby list. We'll tell you about him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Thursday. Right now, when it comes to the roads, we are just seeing one crash out there, and it's really happening in Delaware County. We're talking US 36 eastbound out of Wilson Road, right before you're heading towards that 71 spot. That left lane is currently blocked for you just outside of Sunbury, too. So be aware we are seeing some slowdowns on 36 eastbound and 36 westbound. Go slow and just be patient. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is This Date in Reds baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
In 2005, on this May 28th at Great American Ballpark, the Reds honored the greatest manager in the team's history, Sparky Anderson, by retiring his number 10. Sparky became just the second manager to have his number retired by the Reds. The first was Fred Hutchinson's number 1 back in 1965. Sparky, one of the best-loved members of the Reds ever, led the Big Red Machine to the postseason 5 times in the 1970s and won 2 World Series in 1975 and 76. Sparky passed away in 2010, but his number 10 will not be forgotten by Reds fans. Sparky Anderson, honored this day, May 28, this date in Reds baseball.
This date in Reds baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. In one night, 4 decades of music. Take a journey through time with conductor Stuart Chaffetz and vocalist Jonah Bobo. Backed by a live band as the Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. Saturday, June 27th at Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
This is possibly the biggest Honda sale in Ohio.
Lindsay Honda's Trade-A-Thon is on. Trade your car, truck, boat, or even motorcycle now. Drive a gas-sipping new 2026 Civic Hatchback Hybrid Sport Touring. A very low $279 a month. Or a new 2026 CRV Hybrid Trail Sport all-wheel drive. Just $369 a month. Do you want more for your trade? See Lindsay Honda now.
Trade-A-Thon puts you in the driver's seat for less.
See lindsayhonda.com for details.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see plenty of sunshine today, and winds could be a little bit breezy at times as highs get into the 70s. And then for tonight, clear skies with overnight lows in the 50s. Friday will be a beautiful end to the work week as we see plenty of sunshine in the forecast and highs getting in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. 2 men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Hey, did you know you can listen to us at home? T-Bone and Tyvis. If you have a old-timey 1940s radio that's like the size of a fridge, you can listen to us on that. You have an 80s transistor radio. Maybe you have a Bose Wave radio still hanging out under your kitchen cabinet from the 90s. Or if, God forbid, you don't have any of those radio technologies, if you have a smart speaker, you could actually just say, hey, play 97.1 The Fan to your smart speaker, and it will. That's cool. So you could do that and listen to us at home. If you're in your car, you forget, later on, you're listening to something, you just go in your house, tell your speaker, hey, play this, play 97.1 The Fan, and it'll be right there for you. Pretty simple stuff. So go do that now. This is talking about the biggest babies in sports, Tyvis. We had a few listener suggestions. This one from Alex. He said Aaron Rodgers. Put Aaron Rodgers on the list of biggest babies in sports.
He's a guy that seeks attention.
Seeks attention, but I don't know if that makes him a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously complains about calls and different things like that. He does complain a lot about things that seem like they're in his control with the media, where it's like, why do you guys care about who I'm married to? And it's like, I don't know, dude, because you go on Pat McAfee every single week during the NFL season and you tell us about your personal life for like an hour and you don't mention that you're married to someone. People are going to, rightfully so. You've asked them to care about you and then you don't want them to know that like you secretly got married. That's a little weird. I don't know if it's a baby behavior, but it's weird. It's very odd.
He's also known to sprint at side judges and back judges when he thinks a PI should be called.
Yes, that's true. He does. He does do that.
He's all over it.
Yeah.
I feel like all quarterbacks are.
I mean, him and Tom Brady were the worst.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Tom Brady's another one that I would say is absolutely a baby when it comes to complaining about stuff on the field. I agree with that. He also threw out Alex did Kyrie Irving, your guy. Put Kyrie Irving in the biggest babies of all time mix.
Why?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why.
Just because he thinks the earth is flat doesn't make him a baby.
Well, it is a very elementary understanding of science. I'll give him that.
Are we going?
He's like, I can't see the round, so it must be flat. That is how a baby would think about it. That's true.
Is this about the COVID thing?
I don't know. Maybe it's that.
I really don't.
I don't know.
I don't think Kyrie really complains to the refs.
No, off the court again. He had some very odd moments, right? He said, I don't know, but yeah, I didn't. He put Kyrie Irving on the list. He also had Antonio Brown on the list. And it's like, I think we're just talking about people we don't like now. Because I don't know. Is he a baby? Like him quitting on his team and walking off the field, that is kind of childish behavior. That's baby-like behavior. Throwing chairs off a balcony because you're a psychopath, that's different. So I don't know if that makes him a baby or just a psycho.
Also, I don't think babies stroke themselves in hotel swimming pools. And Antonio Brown does do that.
That's not allowed. Or at least it shouldn't be. I don't know. He somehow seems like he kind of got away with it. Whatever. Arkansas AD, Hunter Yurachek. Hunter Yurachek may actually be a giant baby that we should put on this list because Arkansas football is scheduled to play at Utah on September 12th, Saturday, September 12th.
Utah.
They are playing that game at 10:15 p.m. Eastern time. Okay?
That's a late one.
It is a late one, but that's the game that is scheduled. Now, last I checked, that is an SEC opponent traveling on the road, right?
Yes.
That would be to a Big 12 opponent. So that is an out-of-conference game.
Is it going to? So the Big 12's at home?
It says play at Utah. So the way I know the TV rights work, that would be a game that involves, I'm guessing, Fox, right? Don't they have the Big 12 contract? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Then at home, they play Georgia the next week at noon on September 19th. So they go from playing on the road out west late on a Saturday to playing their next home game against Georgia, and that's a noon game on ESPN. I'm guessing, or ABC or something, right? Because it's a home SEC game.
That Arkansas-Utah is a ESPN game as well.
It is?
Yes.
That's bizarre. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
it is
Let them
bizarre,
live.
but
Maybe
whatever.
I didn't realize that was at ESPN. All right, so those are both ESPN games. Let them live. Hunter Yurachek, who, by the way, you should remember, is also the chairman of the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. He named ESPN directly in these comments when he said, the assigned schedule will cost our student athletes nearly a full day of rest and recovery that they would otherwise have available to them. This is not simply a competitive disadvantage. It is a genuine welfare issue for the young men who represent our program and contribute greatly to the bottom line of our television partners. He says because instead of like a full week off, because they don't get back until late and then they have to play super early the next week. Again, both of these games on Saturdays.
This is Utah saying this.
No. This is Arkansas saying this. They're saying because of that, this is just too much to bear, and it puts the young children who are playing at Arkansas, the football program, puts them at risk, Tyvis, because they're not getting enough rest and recovery. Your thoughts?
Sounds like a coach just making an excuse before I actually play the game. That's one. Two, you shouldn't. It's Utah.
I should have known you would say this about Utah.
Georgia, you had no chance anyway. You might as well just lay it down. That's not happening. But the Utah, you should be able to win there. That's how I would look at that.
Well, Hunter Yurachek being the AD, I'm sure he can make all the points he wants to about this. One, it seems like incredible amounts of loser talk to even start down this pathway.
Yeah, he's making the excuse before the season even starts.
Yes. But then to lie about it and say that you think this has something like you're worried about the health and safety of the players.
Oh, well,
what are we talking about?
That's sympathy.
Well, no,
you want sympathy. Anytime you don't really care about them players. You want it's convenient for you to make a case.
Well, let me ask this question: aren't there a few players on every college football team, or at least the hope is that some of these players they want to go to the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're preparing for the NFL,
you play Sunday and you got a game Thursday.
Apparently that's where we might as well just send them to the gulag because that's all a human rights violation at that point. Making guys play on 4 days rest for an NFL game.
What I would tell him is that ultimately it comes down to you as a coach and how you run your program.
He's not a coach; he's the AD.
Well, sure. Whatever, how they run the program. If you know that if that's a thing to you, then you better be a lighter practice that week. Then maybe you do walkthroughs, or maybe you have. Maybe every period isn't full pads, something like that. It's about you getting your guys ready to play. And you should ultimately, the coach of your team should ultimately know how to do that. But again, this is a team that's probably going to be in the bottom of the SEC anyway. So what difference?
But you know what? Even if it was Ohio State and if it was Ross Bjork complaining about this, my answer would still be the same. Don't take the money then. By all means, tell the SEC that you just would rather not get the paycheck. You would rather not work with ESPN. Just go ahead and do that. You guys are getting paid. All of these ADs, they signed up for this. They agreed to these TV contracts, and then they're shocked when the TV networks say, hey, since we paid all that money, we would like to determine where your games are and when they are. And when that happens, all these ADs get bent out of shape about it, which I get. I mean, we clearly around here aren't big fans of Big Noon. And Ross Bjork has absolutely said, a lot about that. The reality is we know that's mostly not changing. The game times are the game times because at the end of the day, that's set by the conferences. That's what they're paying for. That's literally the perk they are paying for is to determine when these games are. So, yes, you can throw a little fit about it. And Hunter Yurachek put this statement out. But where you lose me is when you say it's about the health and safety of the players. Get out of town. That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard because the NFL does this every week to teams where they play on Sunday and then they play on Thursday and they get less rest when they do that. But so what? I guess if you want to fix this under Yurachek, then get everybody in the same boat and get it all scheduled so that it's equitable for everybody. Because I'm sure his argument partially is the other teams that we're playing don't have to do this. They get more normal rest. Fine. Then work to fix the system of scheduling. But don't complain when these TV networks schedule you this way. You took the check.
I want Ross Bjork to come out and co-sign this and say, we're playing night against Texas. We can't the next week play Kent State at noon. We can't. It's too much.
It's essential. It's what are we talking about? Like a 3-hour difference?
Yeah, 3 or 4 hour difference.
Because Ohio State's playing Texas at 7:30.
Yeah. They got to fly back from Austin.
Yeah,
That's
right.
tough.
Hunter Yurachek's Arkansas program, they're playing Utah at 10:15. And then the next week, both those games are at noon. So, wow, a whole 3 hours. That's a 3-hour nap that they're not getting. Arkansas players are getting a 3-hour nap that they could have. Tyvis knows all about the importance of naps. He's a big nap guy. Mike Vrabel spoke to the media. Naturally, he was asked about his off-field activities. We'll tell you what he said in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic picking up a little bit out there, especially if you're coming downtown from the east side. We're talking 70 in that westbound direction at 33. Been watching those traffic cams out there for you because it does tend to get a little bit backed up out there. For our friends in Dublin and Hilliard, if you're making your way towards 270, no issues both that northbound and southbound direction. And hey, for our friends in Madison County, a little bit slower on 40 East, I gotta say, between 42 202 to 270. It's about a 20-minute commute if you can. Just take 70 east. That's looking at 12 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey there, Bo Bishop here. Tired of the same old routine? It's time to escape with an RV from RCD RV. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, they've got them all. Shop hundreds of RVs in stock today. 3 locations in Central Ohio to serve you or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I moved back to Columbus with my beautiful wife and our 2 amazing daughters and our golden retriever, Harley. This community brought me back because this is where I feel connected. Where my daughters were born, this is my home. And that is to say, I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Guess which store is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and you'll get up to $180 off sets of Goodyear tires.
Oh, is it the one with the annoying jingle?
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Can you guys explain something to me? I hear Meek Mill is mad at Nike.
Yeah.
What's happening with this? Because I saw this all over the internet the other day, and I'm a little lost.
So basically, Meek Mill has a very famous track called Dreams and Nightmare, right?
Uh-huh.
So Nike put Dreams and Nightmare in, like, what is that, tour dates or something like that?
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially on the back of a shirt.
Okay.
And he's like, and then on the front, it's LeBron with a lion. Now, Meek Mill has a mixtape cover where he has his face half him and half lion. So he believes that Nike stole all of his stuff and is using it to put on a shirt. And he's saying, why am I not getting paid for this?
Okay.
But what he failed to realize is that Nike been using half player, half lion. They did it with Kobe. They did it with LeBron. So technically, he got it from them. Now, the Dreams and Nightmare thing, I don't know. That's whatever.
I'm with Meek on that one.
Yeah.
So wait, the discussion is that, like, did he rip off Nike's thing to make his own brand, or did Nike rip him off?
He trying to make it seem like he came up with the concept, but
Nike has stuff that predates him.
Correct.
Okay.
He made Dreams and Nightmares like in the Culture Bone.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest songs there.
I'm aware of Dreams and Nightmares. Yes, I'm aware of that song.
So he's essentially saying, I'm the one who made Dreams and Nightmares big, and Nike is capitalizing off of that. It's kind of like Ohio State trademarking V. It kind of reminds me of that, but I think he's got a little more substance to his argument.
Right. To be fair, the words dreams and nightmares are not, they're like their own thing. When you put them together, I guess you could have both dreams and nightmares, but he has famously done that. Is the font the same? Like, these are the questions I would have, because, like, I'm sure Nike, this is the thing, Nike has lawyers. Don't they look at this stuff? I would presume you couldn't be like, hey, what we were thinking was the artist formerly known as LeBron, and like ripping off Prince and using like the Prince logo. Prince's estate would be like, that's clearly ripping us off.
Right.
But I would assume Nike has lawyers that look at that stuff, right? So, like, that's where I'm almost shocked that it would even get to this point where they would make the shirts and do all this stuff if someone hadn't already looked at it and said, no, it's cool, we can do this. So I don't know. I don't know the answer on that. So that's okay. So that's the story.
LeBron's not having a good week with rappers. I'll tell you that.
Oh, what's going on there? I missed that.
Drake took shots at him.
Is that a big deal?
Now Meek Mill.
And then on top of that, he didn't trademark Dreams and Nightmare. He just filed it on May 18th.
Why? I mean, it's not on him. That's on whoever runs his business
like legal
stuff.
Team, his record label, someone over there.
How does that happen? How do you have something that's like a big brand like that and not? I mean, obviously, I understand Meek Mill been through a lot,
So I'm not, if it wasn't like first on his mind, he has been through a lot, has he not? Just saying. He's had a lot going on.
Let's not get into
I'm just pointing out. He's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot of something.
Turned his, the dreams turned his noodles into pasta. I learned that. Right? That's a line. That's a line. Yeah. I know a little Meek Mill. Very little. Leave it at that. I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead. Mike Vrabel spoke to the media. New England Patriots head coach, former Buckeye, of course, addressed reporters Wednesday. This is the first time he talked to them since he missed day 3 of the draft. Now, I remember when the draft happened, they said, his next media availability is not for like 25 days. Well, it's been 25 days. So this is that media availability. It's first time back. He previously said his absence was a, quote, personal and private matter, which I don't know that it is when there's literal photos of you holding hands and carousing with an NFL reporter who is also a public figure. And these photos date back to before COVID was a thing we knew about. So, like, yeah, man, you can call it personal and private, but it's all that drama's out there. Well, on Wednesday, he was asked how he would describe the process of balancing his family and football. And he said, quote, "It's been really good. I appreciate that my family is great. I love Jen." That would be his wife. "I love the boys. I love my personal friends." And then he said, "I can't tell you anything other than I'm going to be out there today in full force. So I'm going to focus on today and the excitement that we've had and that we've built so far." So he is trying to just kind of stop on this thing and pretend like it doesn't exist and hope people just kind of move on from it. Do you think that will work, Tyvis?
Not until she tell her side of the story, and not until we figure out if they going to continue to be married, if the kids is his. Those are the questions that need answered.
Well, I thought you were going to say, did you say till we find out if the kid is his? Because there's that. Right. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say that part.
What do you have, ADHD?
Yes.
I do. I don't like the way Vrabel's going about this. He's been acknowledging it without acknowledging it, essentially. Like, he's getting his cake and eat it too. And then Diana Rossini just gets dunked on anytime anything comes out with this story.
I'm going to be honest with you. I totally forgot all about it.
I haven't.
I have kind of moved on with my life.
Well, I think all of us will and I promise you this has to be coming, right? The fact that Vrabel is sitting there happily the head coach of the New England Patriots, and everyone's just kind of like, well, I guess he's going to be the head coach then. And Diana Rossini's entire life has fallen apart, right?
Well, she was just kissing her husband on Mother's Day.
I don't know was she kissing him or were they just near each other while like...
I thought the picture was them kissing each other.
I think they had their arms around each other, but also like there's a kid involved. They're trying to like... Two kids, right. One of them's named Mike, which is awkward, but she says not named after him. The point is
that you don't think that man got them tested that day?
I would think it takes a little while to get those tests back, but I would think
swabs, is that how you do it?
What if she says I'm not? Well, I guess there's no denying her.
He could do it on
the
his
kids.
own here.
Maybe she doesn't want the kids to get tested. I don't know. The point is this: she has gone on and had her marriage certainly has been in upheaval. Both of theirs has. But, like, she's lost her career, essentially, not just her job. It's going to be tough for her to eventually find her way back to doing this job because every report she puts out, someone's going to say, who are you sleeping with now? Fair or not, that's how that's going to go. So she's lost almost everything in her professional life, at the very least. His professional life is completely not dented at all. When she decides to tell her side of the story, I would be shocked if she doesn't do that sometime in the next 3 months, 6 months. Like, when that happens, that will be a whole new round of questions for him.
You don't think that it would be one of those situations where, like, people lose interest?
Okay.
Like, if she wait 3 months from now to drop this, you don't think you haven't moved on?
Oh, we'll all move on until it pops up that Diana Rossini's been hired by Yahoo Sports to cover the NFL. Then everything gets reopened back up. And the questions are going to be, how can we trust what she says? The only way she can possibly get back to reporting and back to work is if she goes out and has a public discussion about what occurred, what's changed, the regrets she has, whatever you want to say about it.
She don't regret it.
Oh, I bet she does. I bet she does now.
It happened for 6 years. You don't regret. You only regret it because you got caught.
Yes, but that's still a regret. You can regret it.
She was having the time of her life.
You don't think a bank robber regrets it if a bank robber gets away with it for 10 years and then finally gets caught and goes to jail?
The one he get caught.
Right. That's what she's regretting is what I'm saying. So
she probably said, I should have stopped.
All I can tell you is that when that occurs, there is no chance Mike Vrabel is going to be able to just sit out there and be like, oh, I'm just moved on, huh? What? Diana who?
Well,
Never heard of her.
If that's the case.
When that story comes out, it's going to be a whole... So if I were him, I'd want to put my side of it out there as quickly as possible to get all that out there, answer all those questions in May, June, July.
No,
not have it happen in October in the middle of the football season.
If I'm him and she going to do it, she need to speed this process up and go ahead and get it out the way. Because once football season happens... It's gonna be hard for him. They're gonna have to get an interim coach or something because it's gonna be too much for him.
Well,
I know the situation's a little.
Which maybe that's her plan.
Maybe.
I know the situation's a little worse because there was marriages involved in pictures. But I think if Rachel Nichols can bounce back from the Jimmy Butler rumors, I think Diana Rossini.
Were there those many pictures of them? That's not even. I don't even think that's close to comparable. Was there a country music song written about the two of them hanging out at an undisclosed location? I don't know if that's the word, undisclosed. It's definitely been disclosed now at this point. Art in the official intelligence. Take it away.
Arizona heat turned up high, cozy little dinner by candlelight. She said, "You out here for the view?" He said, "Ma'am, I'm out here for you." She said she was looking for a source. He said, "Off the record, of course." Started talking about the quarterback. Next thing you know, they were in the sack. Sedona, Sedona, great place to rendezvous. Sedona, Sedona, just friends hanging by the pool. Head coach looking for a tight end. Reporter who needs a new boyfriend. Sedona, Sedona, I want to make a legal contact with you.
Major League Baseball. Big labor negotiation coming up. We'll tell you about what's at stake next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, a heads up for those that live in southeast Columbus. Just outside of Canal Winchester, we are seeing a crash. It's 33 westbound just before Pickerington Road. That left lane is currently blocked out there for you, and already seeing some slowdowns, 34 miles per hour when it comes to your speeds. That's already a 9-minute delay. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
When it's time to ask life's biggest question, make sure your ring says it all. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and we've been helping couples say yes for over 78 years. From brilliant cuts to better prices, the quality and selection of our diamonds is unmatched. Because diamonds aren't just our business, they're our legacy. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com. Bigger diamonds, better prices, guaranteed.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Welcome to Hollywood Casino.
What can I get you?
How you doing, Columbus? The same Hollywood you know, with a new hotel to love. Hollywood Casino and Hotel Columbus, coming June 2026. Book now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Not all dental practices are the same.
Most do a little bit of everything.
Primarily maintenance and teeth cleanings.
But where do you go when you need serious restoration? Who can give you a brand new smile that's comfortable?
At Runyon Dental Group, we are trained experts in restorative dentistry.
Restoration is all we do.
We can give you a gorgeous, new, comfortable, healthy smile.
No matter what the condition of your teeth.
Even if you have no teeth, and we can do it comfortably.
Runyon Dental Group. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Summer savings are heating up at Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, drive home in the rugged 2026 Toyota Tacoma for just $299 financing for up to 48 months. Or turn heads in the sporty and stylish 2026 Camry XSE. Lease it for only $399 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing and 10,000 miles per year. So whether you need truck capability or sedan comfort, Germain Toyota has the next ride waiting. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
Good news. Jack has personally invited the fan to the Memorial Tournament, and we're broadcasting 30 hours of live content, and we'll try not to embarrass ourselves.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Okay, I have to post this video. I will retweet it at Bone and Tyvis 971 in just a few minutes. I just showed you in the break, Tyvis. Is this not one of the funniest videos you've ever seen?
No, it's hilarious.
This is from the New York Post.
She's good.
It's police body camera footage, which usually is not this funny. I'll be honest about that. But this is a woman who gets pulled over because the cops say they're doing a sting operation, whatever you want to call it, where they're trying to get people who are driving with phones in their hands. Obviously, distracted driving, bad for all of us. Don't do it. Don't have your phone in your hand. All that stuff is real. However, this cop pulls this woman over, says, I saw you with the phone in your right hand. That's why I pulled you over. She holds up her right arm.
There's no hand.
Noticeably, she does not have any hand on her right appendage because I'm not sure what happened to her, but she has essentially it's cut off halfway up the arm. Yeah, it's not there. So she says, obviously not. And she laughs about it. And he's like, well, I saw you with the phone somehow. And she's like, in my right hand. And she looks at it and holds it up again. And they go back and forth for a minute. And he says, all right, so you swear you didn't have your phone in your hand? She goes, I swear I didn't. And he goes,
hand to God.
Hand to God. And she goes, hand to God. And raises up the no. You have to watch. I will tweet it out at Bone and Tyvis 971. It's one of the good for this woman because she.
I don't know if she being truthful or not because that's obviously there's no hand there. So
well, that's that's ableist right there. When you go to the courtroom, they're like, please raise your right hand. She's like, you gotta find another hand for me.
You need to let her go just off of the laugh off of that one. That was that was funny.
Yeah, it's crazy that he even because he still then tries to save faces like, well, I saw you with the phone, and she's like, I'm driving. I have my left hand on the wheel. My right, I don't have a right hand. So anyway, yeah, that's a good video there. We'll tweet it out at Bone and Tyvis 971. Major League Baseball, big labor negotiation coming up. So yesterday, Major League Baseball Players Association put out their proposal, and it has a bunch of stuff in it. You can go look it up. I don't care because let me tell you right now, none of what they put in there is relevant compared to what's coming today. Today, the owners are going to submit their proposal to the players. And this will be the proposal that probably has in it some version of a phrase called salary cap. Now, they can change the terminology on it. They can say whatever they want to. Currently, Major League Baseball is an uncapped league. They have luxury taxes and all different kinds of spending rules. But at the end of the day, if you want to spend $1 billion on your roster, you technically can. and some teams come pretty damn near close. So
The Dodgers.
now, right.
Your Mets.
My Mets who suck, who are terrible. That's all right, though. Juan Soto is starting to get it going. So, yeah, supposedly that's the silver lining, I'm told. I also saw did you see on the Reds broadcast the other night where at the Mets game, they do like the away fan food. They serve egg rolls at Citi Field. You can get an egg roll, and they put in different foods from whatever team they're playing from their city. So they're playing the Reds. They did a Skyline chili egg roll. Ugh. I mean, I like Skyline chili, but that doesn't no good. Doesn't sound good to me. But Jim Day tried it. It was pretty hilarious footage as well of that if you didn't see it. But yeah, that all said, like, the spending in Major League Baseball we know is out of hand. We know that there are plenty of small market teams like the Reds and the Guardians who do not want to spend their money. So they're hoping the owners that they can get a salary cap pushed through. This is the biggest crux to me of if we're going to have a baseball season next year or not, right? Because what other things are they going to be willing to give up to get the salary cap is the big question.
The player said they ain't going for no salary cap.
Well, I know that's their initial negotiating position, and I don't think that they will ultimately go for it. But I'm wondering if there are any other things. Because in this, the players' requests, they wanted things like a salary floor. They want penalties for teams that don't spend the minimum amount. They want all this extra stuff, and maybe they'll get all that. But the owner's response to that is going to be, cool, sign up for a salary cap, and we'll do all these other things. And that is the whole crux of this argument. So that's why if you want to dive into what the players are asking for, great. Today is the day when that proposal gets put forward. We'll see what happens.
If the cap is $500, why is that a problem?
$500 million?
Yeah, why is that a problem?
It's a principle thing. Because
the
players
Dodgers ain't even at 5. They had like 4 or something, right?
Right.
So if I put it at 500, why is that a problem?
Because 2 years ago, if they'd done these rules, they probably would have put it at 300 or 200.
Well, it goes up every year. Just like in the NFL, the cap goes up every year.
It's a certain percentage based off of revenue and whatever they collectively bargained and yada, yada, yada.
But right now, there is nothing tied to revenue that says what a player can own. Player can make. A player can make whatever the dumbest owner wants to give him or the richest owner wants to give him, however you want to look at that. That is different than saying no matter how good you are, like Shohei Ohtani, if tomorrow he wanted to rip up his contract and start over, I mean, I'm sure he probably isn't legally allowed to do that, but you get my point. Like,
they could if they wanted to.
Yeah. If he just flat out said, I'm not playing and I'm back on the market, like there would be all kinds of lawsuits, whatever. But eventually, if he got out of his contract and everyone could say have an open bidding war to get him again, his number would go up even further from where it was. Salary cap would not allow that. So that is their ultimate argument is, why would we want a salary cap that is going to, by necessity, limit the most we can make? However, the other part of that is, and you know this, Tyvis, from playing the NFL, NFLPA represents, obviously, the best players in the league, the guys who make the most money ever, but it also represents a lot of guys who are going to have careers that are not going to be 10 years. It's going to represent guys who maybe are only going to make 3 or 4 years worth of salary. And if you can appeal to that group of people in a players association, maybe that's the way to get your rule through. If I'm Major League Baseball owners, I'm going to all those players and saying, wouldn't you like guaranteed floors? Wouldn't you like to know that we're going to raise the minimum salary, double, triple it what it is from now? Sure. If you're Shohei Ohtani, we might cap what you can make. But for the rest of Major League Baseball, most of those guys are never going to be in that Shohei Ohtani stratosphere. Would you like your base salary to be way higher than it is? That's the only chance they have.
All I know is it's going to be interesting because when you talk about like potentially lockouts, it always takes it's really the younger players that you got to get on board with it. Whoever can get that younger crowd to go to their side will win the lockout or not lockout, the collective bargaining, because those guys aren't making the most money. See, like, if there was a lockout, like, Shohei Ohtani will be fine. He got money for days.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like Juan Soto, they're good.
Yeah.
But the guy who just barely has gotten to the majors that's making a couple dollars, they can't afford to go a whole year. So the pressure will come on to where it's like, I got to make some money, so I got to flip. I got to go. We got to sign this deal. So to me, that is always when I was in the NFL, that was the thing. Like, the young guy, all the older guys was like, no, we going to lock out. We're going to lock out. And the young guys is like, I can't afford to lock. I can't afford to do no lockout. I'm a practice squad guy. I ain't got no money like that. So I think I would assume the same thing would happen when you talk about, MLB. Those guys that's in AAA, the guys in Columbus, like, they can't afford to do that. They can't afford to do no lockout for no entire year. So I think if it's voted on between the players, unless those older guys is willing to put some money to the side to help out those younger guys to be able to get through this time, because they talking about it might be a whole year. Like, you telling me I ain't gonna get a check for a whole year and I got a family? No.
Right.
No. So, like, to me, that pressure sets in, and that's where I feel like the owners always win in this one.
I want to acknowledge that the last time that the owners proposed a salary cap was in 1994, and there was no World Series.
Yeah.
And they lost parts of 2 seasons over this last time.
That's how
and the players prevailed, essentially, in that regard.
Guardians fans remember that well.
Yeah.
Because that was,
we supposed to win it all.
Every team that was in contention that year claims they were going to win the World Series. The Expos
were another one.
Yep.
They were great.
The Indians were going to win it.
Mm-hmm. Back in the day, yeah. I'm telling you, though, to your point, Tyvis, about like the money thing, median NFL salary right now is approximately $860,000. The median Major League Baseball salary, while this is not significantly, it's not like it's $5 million, but the median Major League Baseball salary is like $1.2 or $1.3 million. So there are more players, by and large, in Major League Baseball who probably could weather the storm a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's what it comes down to.
Like, it will come down to how many
save your checks
of the non-star players can say, yeah, I've got enough. I've got a war chest. I can hang out for a year or two and be good. And I mean, that's going to be how much of an inducement do those players get from the owners in return for a salary cap? That would be the thing that sways the vote. But like you said, Dylan, I don't think there's a chance the players it's a very minimal chance that the players would ever approve a salary cap, but that's the only path. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the battle lines that are drawn. That's where we're headed with Major League Baseball. We'll find out what the owner's proposal is today. CBS Sports ranked the top 25 power. What? That too. Start over. Top 25 power for football coaches. They ranked them 1 through 25. We will tell you where Ryan Day falls in that. Coming up next, T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Just outside of Reynoldsburg, we are seeing traffic really picking up with our live traffic cam. 70 just west of State Route 256, especially over by Bryce Road. So keep that in mind. Just be patient as you're stepping out the door. And hey, similar situation for our friends in Grove City, 71 northbound by Green Lawn Avenue. Noticing more cars out there as well. But other roads looking just fine. Still 270 eastbound and even 62 eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Spring cleaning is when homes get a new twinkle in their eye,
a new spring in their step,
a new color in their cheeks.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that shiny truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
it's a sign of a new beginning,
a clean start,
a breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit us at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Want to win free Hothead burritos or bowls for a year? Play the Hothead Scratch and Win game, where every card is a guaranteed winner. Even a trip to the Caribbean could be yours. Get to Hothead Burritos during Cinco de Monto and scratch away.
Hey there, Bo Bishop here. Tired of the same old routine? It's time to escape with an RV from RCD RV. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, they've got them all. Shop hundreds of RVs in stock today. 3 locations in Central Ohio to serve you or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Remember the old days when football used to have an off-season? Well, we at the Fan think that really sucked. That's why we bring you Austin and Berm, America's #1 resource for Buckeye football conversation, as voted by Fake Surveys Incorporated. Catch their daily podcast called The Beat and their breaking news podcast, Snap Judgments, as they broadcast live from Roosters on Mondays, and they come right to your house and massage your tender areas. They'll do it all. Austin and Berm on the Fan's YouTube channel and 10 TV Plus.
Spring is here. Now's the time to get your air conditioner ready with a $49 AC tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. An AC tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. Gas prices are up. You can drive smarter with a fuel-efficient Civic, Accord, or CRV hybrid. More miles on every tank and keep more money in your pocket. And here's the best part. Great lease and finance rates are available right now for qualified buyers. Get so much more out of your tank of gas. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin. They're just south of 270 on Sawmill Road, or shop anytime at germainhondaofdublin.com.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Net available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Hey Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. We found out a couple of kickoff times for the Ohio State Buckeyes yesterday. The season opener against Ball State will get started at 12:30 and be televised on Big Ten Network. Their September 19th contest versus Kent State will be a big noon kickoff on Fox. Or as always, you can catch every Buckeye game right here on The Fan. The Cleveland Guardians got back in the win column after beating the Washington Nationals 3-2 yesterday. Gavin Williams pitched 7 innings and gave up just 1 earned run in the victory. They'll start a series versus the Red Sox tomorrow night at 7:10. The Cincinnati Reds were going for a sweep versus the New York Mets, but failed to do so after losing 4-2 last night. They'll host the Braves over on The Fan, too. Coverage starts just after 6 tomorrow. And on the ice, the Carolina Hurricanes dominated the Montreal Canadiens 4-0 to take a commanding 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tyvis, how you feeling, man? You are a few days away from, well, scheduled C-section for your wife. Obviously, yes. She's the one carrying the child, baby Tsunami.
Yep.
Soon to join the world.
She's waddling around.
She's... That's, you know what? Please lead with that when you see her next. Sure, that'll go very well for you. That's not the way you want to say that. But just saying, The C-section you next Tuesday is what they're saying.
Correct.
That is the scheduled time. So you're going to be off Monday and then, getting ready for baby time. And then obviously if all goes according to plan, Tuesday, baby tsunami will arrive. So how are you feeling? You've been through this a couple times now, but this is
well, it's one of those things that I'm still I'll believe that it's a boy when they pull him out the womb. How about that?
Oh, you think there's still a chance that they got this wrong?
Yeah.
They saw like a dangly that wasn't
Yeah, you
real?
see, I think it's more likely that they'll make a mistake the other way, where they don't see something and they think it's a girl, and then in reality it has something.
Sure.
But your way, I think it's pretty safe, given modern technology and all.
Well, and I wasn't necessarily talking about...
I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, yes, there are differences, obviously, between raising boys and raising girls. I'm sure all that will come into play down the road. I just mean you're now going from 2 to 3. And as someone who has been there, done that, that you have
It's
now...
a whole new world.
You've moved out of matchup defense, and now you're in a zone.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot go man-to-man here anymore. So how are you going to handle that? That's the big adjustment I think you have to make.
So this is the thing. When you go to a zone defense, you always got to have an anchor. You got to have that anchor down there. If that anchor is strong, everybody else is kind of it's hard to score on that, right?
What does the anchor do? I'm just curious.
And I'm interested, who's the anchor?
Yes,
in this
and who's the
scenario,
anchor
you or
with
your
the
wife?
kids? How's that? That's what I'm curious about. Please explain this analogy further. Who is the anchor, and what does the anchor do? Let me know. I'm curious. Because I don't think we have.
I plead the fifth.
Good choice.
Good idea by you. That's right. Well, good luck with trying to figure out how to do that. Maybe call up Urban. Say, hey, you know a few things about coaching up. Matches. His favorite thing was the odd matchup, right? Having the quarterback being able to run the football created a matchup nightmare for the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can reverse engineer that for you to help you out with some parenting tips.
Well, I think Urban has 3 kids.
Oh, there you go. He can help you with that.
I think, and it's actually in the same order. I want to say he got 2 daughters, 1 son, and the son
is the youngest.
Okay. Right? I think that's right.
I don't remember. I don't know.
I think I'm pretty
I didn't
sure
play
that's
for
right.
him like you did. That's not something I need to know. That's something you should know.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
All right. Well, maybe he can give you some parenting advice about how to deal with 3. Because I'll tell you right now, our first few years with 3, that was just
What's your gauge gap?
We have oldest is 15,
yeah,
and then we have 12,
so 3,
and then 6. Oops. So yeah.
See,
oops.
we going.
Oops, indeed.
Ours
Oops,
is
indeed.
2, 4.
Glad she's here, but definitely a surprise. We love her.
4. Our first 2 is 2 years apart, 22 months apart, and then Melania will be 4 years older than him.
I mean, the good part is with them being now 6 and 4 roughly. Almost 6.
Leia be 6 in July.
Okay, almost 6. So they're at the ages now where you can somewhat throw a tablet at them, or hey, go play in your room, and there is less of a chance that they're creating the biggest mess you've ever seen. But you're not totally out of the woods on that. So if both parents are needed to deal with young tsunami, and then the other kids are left to their own devices, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Well,
you got to officiate a little fight between these two.
Well, that's going to happen.
And mom needs help with, hey, I need you over here, and you got to deal with all that at once. That's the chaos that I think we got to figure out.
Well, my oldest is pretty mature for her age.
Pretty mature, you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Melania is a little, she can be wild at times.
Right.
But she's goofy. She's like me. She's a goofball. And that's why when she do stuff, it's kind of funny to me, because it's like I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah. So you're not fretting about this.
No.
Good.
No.
That's a good attitude to have. No. Just take it as it comes.
No, because that's the thing.
Nothing can prepare you for it.
Yeah, people are you ready? It's like anything are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? No. To be honest with you, no, I'm not. But it's my responsibility to be ready to figure it out.
That's right.
I'm gonna figure it out when it happens. But no, I'm not. You can't be ready for anything. You just got to figure things out as you go.
That is, I think, the best advice anyone can give to a new parent, or even a parent who's another child who's joining, is throw your plan out the window. You know what I mean? At some point, you just got to roll with the punches, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You just got to be flexible and be adaptable. right? It's genuinely.
That's pretty much it.
Best ability is availability. There's that.
Well,
then be adaptable.
I'm taking 3 weeks off to be available.
You are. And
even though the lieutenant thinks that she can handle it, but I'm like, nah. Let me be right there.
That's a good call by you.
Yeah.
And Joshua Perry will be filling in for the 3 weeks you're gone. And then you'll come back and we'll be like, hey, Wally Pip, how's it going? And then we'll
I'll come back and Fish will tell me. Fish will be here, which will be I, because Fish is never here.
Never here early.
When I get here.
When we get here,
he will be here, and they will have HR in there.
And Joshua will be here. And they'll divert you into his office.
I told Fish that I'm taking this softball. If y'all fire, I'm leaving here with something.
Well, obviously we know we're going to miss you while you're gone. And you'll be here tomorrow. So I'm just getting this out of the way now for those who maybe don't hear us tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to miss you when you're gone. We'll look forward to when you're back. We are in good hands with Joshua Perry jumping in, but it's good that you're being a part of what your family's got going on and being a part of, this new and exciting time for you guys. So congratulations, Ty.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I saw that the CBS Sports people ranked the top 25 coaches in obviously the Power 4 conferences. That's where they chose to stop it. Number 1, Curt Cignetti. Don't think that's shocking to anyone. I'll just go through the top 5. Number 2, they have Kirby Smart. Number 3 is Ryan Day. Marcus Freeman, 4. And rounding out the top 5 Dan Lanning?
Get out of here.
I don't understand your guys' hatred of Dan Lanning.
What has this man done? What has he done?
Okay, go through the top 10 and pick someone to jump over him then.
Lane effing Kiffin is ranked 9th. And you're telling me right now you're starting a program, forget all the personal crap, forget the fact that he's always hanging out with sweaty yoga instructors and always Joey Freshwater, all that aside. Yes, he's a scumbag and a dirtbag. You're telling me that you think Dan Lanning could cut it at all the way with no Nike money, no Phil Knight money coming in? He could do what Lane Kiffin's done in his time at multiple different places.
Has in all these multiple different places that Lane Kiffin has gone, has he had a better 2-year span than Dan Lanning has in the past 2 years? I'm going to go with no.
What has Dan Lanning done except get to the playoffs and have him run down his lane?
They had an undefeated regular season 2 years ago.
Good job. And then you got the playoffs. Talk about how that 2 years ago undefeated season went when they played Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
4
they
coaches
got
in the country that have a national championship. You have to rank the other ones in some form or fashion.
I'd take Lane Kiffin over Dan Lanning 10 times out of 10.
Based off of what?
Give Lane Kiffin Phil Knight money. He's got 3 championships.
That's hypothetical.
He's got 3 championships. So is Dan Lanning's success. Hypothetical. It's not actual.
Let me hear the rest of the list. Who was 5?
All right, sorry. Yes, 5 is Dan Lanning.
Okay. Who was 4 then? Marcus Freeman?
Marcus Freeman, 4. Ryan Day, 3.
Kirby Smart,
2. Curt Cignetti, 1.
All right, who's 6?
Sarkisian is 6. Steve Sarkisian at Texas.
No.
Mario Cristobal is 7th at Miami.
I take Mario Cristobal over Dan Lanning.
There you go.
I take Mario Cristobal over him for sure.
I take Thursday.
I for sure would do that.
Kalen DeBoer at Alabama is 8th.
Not at all. Mario Cristobal over Dan Lanning would probably be the only one for me.
People be sleeping on Kalen DeBoer. He took Washington to a national championship. Come on.
I mean, okay. Yes, I'll give you that.
It's not about what you've done. It's about what you've done lately.
Yeah, this is, by the way.
We know that is how the sport works. I'm sorry
did have
you didn't
this,
know that. What he did at Washington is totally irrelevant today.
I can't wait for Indiana to go 8-4, 9-3, and then we could stop acting like Curt Cignetti is the greatest coach to ever live.
Curt Cignetti,
I'm with you.
He is pretty solid. Though.
I'm with you.
Come on.
I like him though. I love
how
Cignetti.
you're right. Next year, Lane Kiffin will win 10 games at LSU, and they'll be like, actually, and if Curt Cignetti wins 9, they'll go like, he's actually a better coach than Curt Cignetti, which will be completely. I will give you that. That would be completely unjustified. But yeah, it's and then 10th is your guy Kyle Whittingham at Utah, formerly at Utah,
don't
now at Michigan. You love him.
First of all, your guy. No. I got respect for Kyle Whittingham for sure. I like what he's about. Utah is the problem.
Dabo Swinney was 11th, just for what it's worth. Insert laugh here. I love that he's just fallen completely off the top 10. It's great.
Normally I would argue because he has a national championship ring, he should be higher. But given what he's done in the NIL era, go ahead and be outside the top 10.
That's exactly right. Congress is trying to fix college football. Will it work? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good Thursday morning to you. Right now, we are still watching a crash out there in our southeast Columbus spot. We're talking just before you're hitting Canal Winchester, 33 in that westbound direction before Pickerington Road. That left lane is blocked, looking at a 10-minute delay so far for this early Thursday morning commute. Also on the east side, just outside of Bryce, we are seeing some debris on the roadway. Right now, 70 eastbound at Bryce Road South, just as you're passing 270. So expect some lane closures out there, too. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Kroger makes it easy to save on fuel. Just redeem the points you've earned to save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. See store for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Craving the O? Now it comes to you. For loyal fans, the O on Lane is now offering the O on the Go catering delivery. Perfect for the office or any group. Order boxed lunches or group catering right now at theoonlane.com. The O on the Go, delivered fresh, delivered easy.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
May the savings be with you at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Elantra SE for $59 per month for 2 years. Just $59 a month for the May Mega Sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glexhyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus tax, title, first month payment, 7,500 miles per year, and 6-1.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Common Man and Timmy, they're good, clean boys. If you enjoy a radio show hosted by immature men with slightly above average sports knowledge, they've got you covered.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see plenty of sunshine today, and winds could be a little bit breezy at times as highs get into the 70s. And then for tonight, clear skies with overnight lows in the 50s. Friday will be a beautiful end to the work week as we see plenty of sunshine in the forecast and highs getting in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I will tell you two things that do not make sense to me. One is the continued devaluation of Curt Cignetti, because nobody can apparently handle the fact that Indiana just beat Ohio State fair and square on the field, and Curt Cignetti is doing more with less over there. Like that.
Wait a minute.
That still makes no sense to me. Because every time you bring up Curt Cignetti, you get a bunch of Buckeye fans who, again, I'm one of us, but like you get all these Buckeye fans who are like, oh, he's not better than Ryan Day. He just reasons. And it's like, dude, give Curt Cignetti credit for what he did at Indiana. That is a brand that did not exist as a college football brand, and he's gotten it to a national championship.
The question that you would have to ask yourself, you have to ask the people that disagree with that statement is, okay, flip it. Give Curt Cignetti Ohio State and Ryan Day Indiana's roster. Does Ryan Day in Indiana go out there and win a championship?
Do you think the majority of Buckeye fans want to have that discussion? Because I don't think they do.
No, but I
don't think they're going to like the answer
on that. That would be the fair question to ask.
Dylan, you're as big of a Ryan Day homer as there is. And again, we all love Ryan Day, but just like the idea that like I have had my questions and doubts about Ryan Day over his tenure here, and then obviously winning a national championship took away a lot of those doubts and fears. But I still have them about questions I have about certain in-game decisions, things like that. You were much more of a extend Ryan Day. You love Ryan Day. You've been, even when he lost 4 in a row to Michigan, you were still with this guy, ride or die. Curt Cignetti or Ryan Day with Ohio State's roster, what say you?
I think the results would be similar. I think they're in the same echelon of coaches. I think them being in the top 3, like there's really not that many margin between those 3 guys, Curt Cignetti, Kirby Smart, and Ryan Day. What my pushback against Curt Cignetti is he's been at Indiana for 2 years, and we have people nationally and locally, including the guy that's going to replace Tyvis for 3 weeks, and Joshua Perry, say that he is the greatest coach of all time, and that's where I want to pump the brakes.
I mean, that's, again, Joshua Perry does have that. I tend to lean more on the side of I don't think we've said enough how great that accomplishment was. But like to your point, it isn't like resurrecting Indiana in the 90s where that would have been a lot more difficult. Now you do have legalized boosterism, if you want to call it that, where you can go up to a rich donor and say, I need more money. And then you can go out and spend and make the right call there. But again, Fernando Mendoza was sought after in the transfer portal. He was one of, if not the highest paid transfer portal quarterback last year. I believe
he was the number 1 transfer portal quarterback.
Right. That's fair. But isn't that part of the game here is landing that guy?
I've never brought up the argument about how much they paid for their roster last year. I don't give a damn about that.
Well, I know, but that is an argument with Indiana that a lot of people bring up is like, oh, they just bought their national championship. It's like,
Did they spend that much money?
They spent a good amount of money.
People bring that up.
And again, Mark Cuban to pay for Fernando Mendoza.
Well, they did. But then my answer to that would be like, cool, why is Dan Lanning not won 3 championships then? Like, what? That guy has the ability to get as much cash as anyone in college football. It's not just about getting the money. You have to then be able to coach it up. You've got to get the right guys who maybe even some of them aren't the best players as far as the rankings go, but you put the right players in the right system. And I think Curt Cignetti's as good as anyone in college football has been or will be at that. Not that he's the GOAT, but he deserves to be up in that, holy cow, there's not many people who could have done that situation.
I want to see him do it again this year. Not win the national championship, run the table and all that, but if Indiana wins 10, 11 games and they make a decent run in the CFP, then I could maybe get behind this rhetoric.
Well, Dylan, they only got about 3 games this year on their roster, on their schedule that you should be worried about. That's Ohio State, Wolverines, and USC. The rest of them should win them all.
I think with their track record over the past 2 years of the quarterback position in the transfer portal, they're giving Josh Hoover the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not so sure about him either.
I don't know, man. Like, where was he? I don't know. Do you know? No, I know where he was, but I'm saying, do you know where he ranked as far as transfer portal? Like, was he the fifth best, the third best?
I mean, because Darian Mensah was for sure ahead of him. Brandon Sorsby was for sure ahead of him.
But I'm
assuming Sam Levitt was ahead of him.
And I'm looking at that saying, like, I thought Josh Hoover was a pretty good quarterback at TCU. I'm not saying I'm not comparing his arm to Pat Mahomes like they're doing with
Josh
Brandon
Hoover
Sorsby.
was the 6th ranked quarterback according to 24/7 Sports.
All right. So if like Kurt Cignetti runs the table, or let's say has one loss, hopefully to Ohio State. Let's say that happens.
Would you like to know where
they make the playoffs and then they don't win the national championship, but they make the playoffs and he has like one loss or fewer. Would you say that solidifies him then?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Fernando
you're looking
Mendoza,
for another year of that.
Was the 4th ranked transfer quarterback when he transferred to Indiana.
Really?
Fourth ranked, but he might have been more expensive.
Nico, Carson Beck, John Mateer, Fernando Mendoza. Was
Interesting. I thought he was the top one.
Was he the most expensive?
This is according to 24/7 Sports.
Okay.
This past year, Sam Levitt was 1, Sorsby was 2, Drew Mestelmaker was 3, Dylan Raiola was 4, Darian Mensah was 5, and Josh Hoover is 6. DJ Lagway 7.
Oh my God. I don't get the Dylan Raiola love, and I don't get the DJ Lagway love, but whatever. Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious. That one doesn't make sense to me. And then Dylan, your defense of Dan Lanning makes no sense to me, but that's fine. We can table that for another day. I do not see the Dan Lanning love at all.
I just think winning 12 games in a regular season is not grounds to be called overrated.
Oh, it is when you have the amount of money that they like. If you're going to, not you, but people make that argument out. Kurt Cignetti, like, oh, he bought his teams. It's like Dan Lanning bought these teams and does not do the same things that Kurt Cignetti has done with, in my mind, less. Like with less money, less reserve, less prestige. Certainly,
last year,
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then what happened?
Yeah, they lost. Did they lose in the first round?
No, they lost to Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. It was their first game. It was second round.
They got boat raced.
Right.
And then last year they got boat raced.
Yes. So, like, when you go to the biggest games and suddenly get boat raced in the playoffs, I do think that is a very important factor. And so, yes, he's a great recruiter. He's great at getting guys to come play at the Nike school, but I don't put him up there with some of the other coaches.
I don't know. Dylan put a lot of he still put a lot of stock in the regular season. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, that's fair. The regular season is. I'm someone who agrees that the Big Ten is tougher than people give it credit for.
When they go to 24,
because you won't care. The reason why is because college football isn't like the NBA where we have a new champion every year. It's essentially the same few coaches always winning the national championship. So I'm not trying to put all this weight into it. For sure,
is now
matters.
Though. Like the last 3 years, it was 3 guys who could never. Jim Harbaugh, we know why he won, cheating. But also, like, that's a guy who could never get over the hump previously. Ryan Day famously couldn't get over the hump, was the discussion point, right? And Kurt Cignetti is kind of just an out-of-nowhere, 2-year rise from coaching for many, many years, but, like, getting to Indiana and in 2 years going from they're kind of fun to, my God, they're the best team in college football. So that plays well for a guy like I'm saying, the ground is fertile for someone like Dan Lanning who keeps putting together good rosters, putting together great teams, not getting over the hump. You would think this is the prime era for someone like that to eventually win it, but he hasn't done it yet.
But this is why I was a defender of Ryan Day and Kirby Smart before him, because they both had the can't win big games label as well. But as long as you have a program that keeps giving you bites at the apple, you would think that eventually you're going to break through. And I think it's inevitable with Oregon and Dan Lanning that eventually they're going to break through.
You feel like that with Virginia Tech now?
Based off of what?
They got James Franklin.
Okay. They could probably win 9-10 games and
they have whatever.
I don't think James Franklin is at the same level as those guys.
I don't either.
I don't think he picks his coordinators very well, for one thing. Like, I think that's somewhere that always tends to screw him up.
I think him going to the ACC is going to benefit him.
Oh yeah, he'll have a much easier schedule. I think you will be shocked at how many games they win after a few years. If he can actually figure out the coordinator thing, which is not a given, but
I want to see
he should be able to recruit. Maybe this is not something most people would agree with, but I'll say it. I give more credit to a Kirby Smart getting over the hump in the 4-team era than I do the coaches who get over the hump in the 12-team era. Like, I'll give you that. But at least, like with Kurt Cignetti, they were the 1 seed. They were undefeated. They would have been the 1 seed in the BCS era if they had, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll give Cignetti his flowers for that because his championship would have stood up in any era. With some of these other coaches, Ryan Day being one of them, he wouldn't have been in the 14 playoff or the BCS era. It's now the run they put together was magical and great, but that's something that the regular season stuff does matter for that. That's where I wonder with Dan Lanning what would have happened. If he was in the 2-team era or the 4-team era, would I guess, and had these teams that he put together, would they be able to have gotten over the hump? Clearly hasn't been able to do it in the 12-team era.
I'm someone who gets behind the rhetoric that Indiana might have had the greatest season in college football history.
Okay.
But still, I would like to see more seasons of sustained success before I start saying Kurt Cignetti should be on like the Mount Rushmore of college football coaches.
I think what you'll have 3 weeks to ask Josh, but I think what Josh means by that is Kirk Cignetti, the turnaround of Indiana is so significant. It's the best we've ever seen in all of football, period.
Yeah.
You've never seen somebody take the most losingest program in college football history and turn them into national champions in just 2 years. I think that's, to him, why Kirk Cignetti is, to him, the best coach of all time. Because with any other coach, you can't say that they did that fast. The turnaround wasn't that fast. Even Urban Meyer taking Ohio State from 6-7 to 12-0. Obviously, they didn't get a chance to play for the.
Not they. You didn't get a chance to. Yes. No, we know, but like that's all well and good. But like to your point, it was Ohio State, which had already had a sustained level of success.
Exactly.
It's not at Indiana. All right. We'll come back. We have 2 things to take care of next. Okay. We have to talk about this college football bill that's going to supposedly fix the sport, even though we know it won't. And we got to figure out our fan poll. So we'll do that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you live over on the north side of Columbus and are heading downtown, be aware we are seeing some slowdowns in a couple of different spots along 71 southbound. That includes Cook Road, Hudson Road, and even over by Weber Road. So be patient, just go slow. But for our friends in Delaware County, a different story. Looking great, 71 southbound, a 9-minute commute between 36 to 270. And for our friends taking 23 south, about a 14-minute commute out there between 36 to 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey Columbus, what if you could buy a new Ford at the exact price of Ford employee pays? No markup, no haggling, just straight employee pricing for everybody. Right now, Capital Ford of Columbus, get that deal on almost every new F-150, Super Duty, Explorer, Mustang, and more. That's thousands in savings on Capital Ford's best-selling trucks and SUVs. This deal will expire soon. Come to Capital Ford of Columbus today and drive home happy with employee pricing. Visit CapitalFordofColumbus.com today, where we are priced for you.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pump pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at CapitalFordOfColumbus.com. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right. Need a fan poll. Brought to you by JT's Pizza Pub. The fan poll every day. You can find it. 971 The Fan on Twitter, X, our Facebook page, YouTube page, everywhere that we put this poll up. Dylan, what if it's this? Because we haven't talked much about this yet, but I'm wondering how Jackets fans feel about the Vegas Golden Knights yet again going to the Stanley Cup and the fact that it's a former Jackets coach leading them to the Stanley Cup final. Do you feel good about that if you're a Jackets fan? Are you rooting for John Tortorella and or Vegas? Because I know how a lot of Jackets fans, I'm one of them. Can't stand Vegas because they got gifted with this expansion roster that was phenomenal a few years ago, and it's been nothing but success for them.
For me, it's pure jealousy, and I'm not scared to admit it.
Oh, no, same. I'm completely jealous, and I think it's unfair, and it sucks that they got that. So my question is, are you rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights with John Tortorella coaching that? Like, some version of, are you able to root for the Golden Knights because of John Tortorella, yes or no? What do you think? Is that a good... We go with that as a fan poll today?
I like that.
Okay. Are you rooting for them, Tyvis?
Well, yeah. Yep.
Oh, you will?
Yep.
You want John Tortorella to win one?
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Win one for the Gipper.
Way to pull that
He's
one out.
the Gipper. That's right. He will eventually be our president, John Tortorella.
I think there's really no reason for Blue Jackets fans to view John Tortorella in any negative light. So why wouldn't you root for him?
But what I mean is, let's say you're a big John Tortorella fan. You have to overcome your dislike of the Knights and or the jealousy that you have of, man, I wish he was doing that here. So that's why I'm saying I wonder if people are rooting for the Knights to get yet another Stanley Cup, or if you're saying, nah, I'm purely jealous. And there's also former Jackets players on that roster too.
Because they probably end up playing Carolina, right? It's 3-1. It's 3-1 in that series.
Because last night Montreal could not. They got outshot like 14-0 in the third period at one point.
I mean,
terrible.
If there's a sport that a 3-1 lead means nothing, it's this one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's more likely than not that they're going to win one more game before Montreal can win.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you could root for nobody and just watch hockey. But I'm saying if you are choosing, like, I don't want to see the Knights win another Stanley Cup personally. So
I heard Rothman and Ice and Cole talking about this. I think it was yesterday or the day before, where it was like, do the Blue Jackets have like any egg on their face because Torts is doing this in Vegas? And I just think it was time when it happened for both sides to go their own ways. I don't think like there should be any regret just because what he's accomplishing this season in Vegas.
Also, has there been a roster assembled here that is anything close to what Vegas has assembled there? No. Like I'm saying, Torts is doing a great job, but that roster is a phenomenally talented roster. I don't think the Jackets have ever had one as close to that roster personally. So, yeah, I mean, Torts, if he was here, would have had him in the playoffs more often. I'll give you that. The last 4 years have been terrible.
Torts,
whatever it's been, 5 years.
He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do as a coach. That forfeited his second-round pick. You make that second-round pick so far in the draft back that it doesn't even matter.
No one cares now. Oh, yeah, the Knights fans do not care about that at all. They wouldn't have anyway because they were already, in the Western Conference Finals. But, yeah, getting to the Stanley Cup Finals, that'll make people forget about that skipping the whole, playoff thing. That was actually when they got the Stanley Cup, right? When they clinched? No. I think that was when they clinched to get in the West. That's right. Yeah. It was when they got the Western Conference Finals. That's when he skipped the press conference. And yeah, that was quite the punishment. So Congress is trying to fix college football. Here are some of the new rules they're proposing in this Save College Sports Act or whatever. One of them is they want to prohibit schools from taking a coach from another school during that school's season, that sports season. They're calling this the Lane Kiffin rule. It's a great proposal. How's that going to work with the current calendar that college football has decided to keep, right? Let's say you wanted to hire Lane Kiffin, your LSU last year. Well, Ole Miss's season is not over. You can't hire him. So what is LSU left to do?
Hire somebody else.
Okay, but can they hire that coach if the season of football has not ended, or are they saying only that school, Ole Miss? Their season's still going on, but like if you wanted to go hire North Texas's head coach, you could, right? That would allow. So now that's prohibiting a guy who's actually doing a great job in Lane Kiffin, insert laugh here, but that's limiting his employment opportunities. I'm not a legal expert. I don't think that's going to fly in court. That seems bad. Also, if it's like, well, head coaches only, assistant coaches are allowed. Now you're penalizing head coaches for being better at their jobs. Assistant coaches are on the rise. Like, that seems like an undue burden. Again, not a legal expert. I'd be shocked if that can fly in any court of law.
Yeah, who's to stop any program for talking to Jimmy Sexton, who's the agent of every college football coach out there? Like, I don't get how you restrict that.
You're not going to. So this law, again, this is just like lip service and it looks cool. And you say, Lane Kiffin sucks. Great. Like everybody hates Lane Kiffin other than the schools that hire him. At the time they hire him, they usually end up hating him. But that all said, imagine if they did this to literally any other employee at any other job. No one would say this is cool. No one would say, like in our business, if it was like, hey, you're not allowed to hire someone in radio until December every year or January or February. Like if that was just legally Congress said you can't do this, everyone would have a problem with that. I can't imagine if you were an accountant, it's like, yeah, you're only allowed to hire accountants in August because both of them start with the letter A. It's just arbitrary and stupid. Like that's not a rule that usually I would think would fly in court. They have another one here. They want to limit the NIL for legitimate business reasons. I know the College Sports Commission is trying to weed that out. Tell me in a court of law what a legitimate business reason is.
Ain't one.
You worked in the NIL space, Tyvis. They're saying what they mean is like they don't want some rich booster to say, I've got $100,000. I don't have any business that I run currently that needs advertised, but I would like to get this player to come to our school. Can I just give him a bag of cash? They want to eliminate that. But what stops that business owner from saying, hey, can I buy a stake in your car dealership? Great. Now I'm a part owner of the car dealership. As part owner of this car dealership, I think it'd be cool if we had player X endorse our car deal, our dealership. Well, that's a legitimate business expense, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you're going to do is have a lot of these rich guys find some BS business to be a part of. You're still going to have this situation, and you can't tell a car business, I don't think, a car dealership or a nail salon or whatever company they start, you can't tell those people, hey, you're not allowed to have this guy endorse your product for $100,000. You absolutely are. I'm saying these rules sound good at first, but they're not actually going to be able to be enforced.
No, they all get thrown out in court. The best way to do it is just make them employees and stop it. Let's just stop it.
Of course.
You want to fix it, you can fix. There's two ways to fix college football: make them employees and fix the calendar.
You know
those
what?
are two things that are the biggest problem.
Here's how you can fix it. No one wants this. Will never happen. This is not a real solution. Okay, but here's one way you can fix college sports: take all of them off TV. Delete all your TV deals, because that's where your problem is. All the money that you're complaining about is all from these TV deals that you all signed, not thinking you'd ever have to pay the players. And now that you do, you can't make the math work, because all of these people who signed these deals were stupid, because they thought we could run a business without paying essentially the employees. So, yeah, like I saw one of the other provisions in this, they said, we can get all the schools can bunch together and pool their TV rights and make it one big TV package for ESPN or Fox or whoever to bid on. Guys, they can already do this.
And do.
No, but I'm saying like the ACC and the Big 12 and the Big 10, the SEC could all do this. Do you know why they don't? Because then they cut off their own earning potential. They used to do this. In the 80s, the NCAA got sued by Georgia and a bunch of other schools to say, stop bundling our rights as one big conglomerate. Let each conference have their own rights. That's the system they asked for 40 years ago. Now they want to undo it. They can all go back and do it if they want to, gang. They don't want to because they know they won't make money doing that. But putting this in a law that is completely useless apparently makes people, it's good PR for these politicians. I get all that, but fixing college sports, most of this will not fly, and it won't work, and it'll all get thrown out in court. But glad we're working on fixing this and not the gas prices. Good job, everybody. Eric Reeser coming up next. The Buzzer will do that. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Looking at some backups this morning after a disabled vehicle heading downtown from the west side. It's going to be 70 eastbound passing Mount Street, and right before that 71 southbound split, that right lane is currently blocked for you. 7 miles for your speeds, and we're seeing the backups now extending 70 over by West Broad Street. Also have some slowdowns coming in from the east side of downtown. We're talking 670 in that westbound direction at Airport Drive. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Your plate is full every morning thanks to the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. Freshly brewed coffee, a hearty breakfast sandwich with a freshly cracked egg, and a daily baked donut. All of that for just $6. Yeah, that is a full plate for sure, but it's one less thing on your plate to worry about. So enjoy it to its fullest. The $6 Tim's Trio, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons, at participating U.S. restaurants.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey there, Bo Bishop here. Tired of the same old routine? It's time to escape with an RV from RCD RV. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, they've got them all. Shop hundreds of RVs in stock today. 3 locations in Central Ohio to serve you, or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joining the program, a guy that every time I see him walk through that door, he's got just the biggest smile on his face because he's just so thrilled to be at 97.1 The Fan with us. Joining us, Eric Reeser. Hi, buddy.
Gentlemen.
Reeser, let me ask you, you know, you're a smart guy. You're very fair about a lot of things. Are you rooting for the Golden Knights?
I am.
Good job. You don't have any beef.
I acknowledge that I'm still bitter about how the NHL handed them a competitive franchise, handed Las Vegas a competitive franchise. I understand the rationale behind it. And for those teams like Columbus that that would want to have a do-over.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
You can't. And for the Blue Jackets, it's been 25 years. So the problems that befall the Blue Jackets organization are on the CBJ.
Yes, that is true.
It's gotten to the point where you can't necessarily blame Vegas for it. They had to set the table for the big four professional sports to be successful in Sin City. And they were the first one to do it. So they had to be given special treatment that Columbus wasn't given, that Minnesota wasn't given, but even Minnesota's been competitive.
Well, no.
Late in the Stanley Cup playoff.
I think there's a world that exists where you can say, no, the Jackets have to own what happened to them.
Yeah.
But where I think any NHL fan could look at how Vegas got kissed with a roster to start with, that was insane.
Yes.
And then that launches them. Now they've got assets to trade. They've got, as they build up their, stock of players.
Like Mike Babcock isn't on Las Vegas.
No.
Like those
right.
kinds of decisions,
Right.
you can't throw at the Golden Knights.
Right. Yeah.
Like, well, if the NHL didn't help Vegas out.
No, exactly
the Blue
right.
Jackets would somehow be competitive. So I think two things can be true with this.
Yeah.
I am rooting for John Tortorella, the person.
Sure.
To win a Stanley Cup. And just, he was hired in late March. They went on like a 19-4-1 run. They're playing with a hot goaltender, which I think is the most important thing in a Stanley Cup playoff run, is you have the hottest netminder amongst the teams remaining. And I can also think that the Blue Jackets and John Tortorella parted ways at the right time for both.
Yeah, that's
for
fair.
John Tortorella, the person and the coach, and the organization.
Yeah,
it was just time.
It was.
Do you think since the NHL set Vegas up so nicely, are they going to do the same thing for the Athletics and the NBA team when they get them?
No, I don't think so.
The Athletics is good this year.
They play in a minor league ballpark. I think the Guardians went there and drove in 14 runs in one game. That's what happens at a minor league ballpark when you got major league players. You're hitting a bunch of runs.
Yeah.
So I would expect them to be good.
They are a half game out of first place of that American League
run
West.
differential?
The run differential.
Yeah, I would love to see
minus 25.
I was going to say, I would love to see the home.
Because then they got to go to major league. They got to go major league parks.
Yeah.
And they just can't perform. This is a shocker to nobody. The Athletics aren't going to be given anything because they're a mishandled organization. I don't know who's going to be in charge of the Vegas thing.
LeBron.
Sure, maybe. But I expect Vegas to be competitive early because that could be a destination for players.
And there's that too, right? I mean, I think it does help that when you're trying to woo a free agent, they may want to go to Vegas just because that's to them a city that they want to go live in. Now, me personally, probably not where I would pick to live, but to each their own. I hear it's nice.
Sin City.
I'm just telling you So, all right, that's the fan poll today. You can find it at 971 The Fan on Twitter. It's brought to you by JT's Pizza Pub. Are you rooting for Vegas and John Tortorella? I think the and John Tortorella part is
it's an important caveat.
That's the part.
Because I'm not rooting for the Carolina Hurricanes.
No, but like if Torts was coaching Carolina, I wouldn't feel nearly as gross about it. It's the fact that I can't stand Vegas. I think their fans are entitled this has nothing. It's nothing against Torts. It's just I can't stand that Vegas franchise. But a lot of Jackets fans obviously are going to want to see Torts win. So I feel like that's going to be the rub. But we'll find out what you say. You can follow that poll at 971 The Fan.
Are you watching the NBA playoffs?
Yeah.
You still watching the Spurs?
Still watching the Western Conference Finals. It's tremendous theater.
Of course it is.
It's not great basketball.
They acted like that.
I love the acting.
Yeah,
I come for the what would it be, an Emmy?
Why
the
do
performances.
I feel like that game is boring.
No. See, that's so interesting.
No, I disagree.
I feel like their games are a very high level of basketball. I do acknowledge that there is so much flopping going on with Oklahoma City specifically, but
there's also a lot of actual fouling going on as well.
There is that too, yeah. But I'm saying that series to me feels like a very still interesting series just because Wembanyama is a freak of nature when he's on his game.
He's been off his game for 3 games.
Well, don't watch game 5.
That was what I said about game 1. So Wemby has 40 and 20, and I go, okay. That's troubling because he's going to have to do that 3 more times because you needed overtime with Wemby's 40-20 performance to beat the Thunder.
That man ain't touched – I don't think he's touched double-digit rebounds since game 2.
I thought game 4 he was pretty good. I don't know if he had he did have 20 rebounds. I feel like in game 4 he was getting back to what was working for him.
Game 4 they won. He had 33 points.
Okay.
And
nothing to sniff at.
8 boards.
We will talk to Oklahoma City Thunder fan Jake Trotter at 11:30 this morning. Probably won't do much Western Conference Finals conversation. We got a little bit of reshuffling on the program today. Paul Feinbaum's traveling, so he'll be on with us tomorrow. So we're going to bring Tim May into Paul's slot at 10:30 today. They're going to try to protect college sports Is that the newest legislation piece that's going to be discussed in our nation's capital? So get thoughts from Tim at 10:30, thoughts from Jake at 11:30. The college football playoff, an expansion's probably coming, but when could that be? We'll get both their thoughts on that. 10 o'clock, we'll open the mailbag. You guys are doing a great job, and I mean the listeners out there, of finding our email despite us not providing you with the email. So it's a great testament to our wonderful listeners. Mailbag, 10 o'clock. And yeah, I think a greater conversation on just how to properly do changes to college sports, whether it can be one encompassing bill or smaller conversations, we'll have throughout the program. And then Browns OTAs. Bo Bishop put eyes on Deshaun Watson, who threw 6 touchdowns yesterday.
That's what they said.
Oh, there you go. Give him the job.
I mean, are the Browns making the Super Bowl? Or the Browns making the Super Bowl, right?
I mean, they might be playing in what was the thing in Space Jam they played in with, the Monstars? That might be how they play against because no one can stop them.
The videos that they put out, he be throwing some dimes.
Of course, the videos there.
I know. I don't know what the
videos
other
they
ones
put out
are.
of practice.
I have not got the chance to see OTA, so I haven't seen it. But off the videos,
Has Myles Garrett even met Todd Monken yet? Has that happened?
Yeah, they met back when he was the OC in 2019.
They've met before,
but not had a conversation since he's joined as the head coach.
Comments from Denzel Ward yesterday about his no showing at OTAs, but he was in Cleveland. So interesting to see how those two are kind of playing this. While I've never been critical about a veteran not appearing at OTAs, this feels a little different.
It is a new head coach.
So for Denzel, I'm like, come on, man. For Myles, I know he probably wants to be done with the franchise. Unfortunately, I guess they gave him a gigantic bag of money.
That's what the money's for. As Bo is fond of saying, as Dom Draper was fond of saying, that's what you signed up for, man. No one made you sign that deal last year. You chose to.
All of that 9 to noon.
Please,
Bishop and Friends.
His mother made him sign.
Oh,
hey, they gave him dinosaurs and cupcakes. What more do you want?
Did his mom drive the car that he flipped over and keep speeding it? I don't know. When does it become his responsibility? That's another discussion for another time. Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon, right here on the field.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
Apple has announced, this actually comes from Mark Gurman at Bloomberg. Apple's going to have the next AirPods with cameras built in for them. Why would you have cameras built into your earbuds that go in your ears? Well, not for taking pictures, but because Siri needs to know what you're looking at, what you're doing, what you're near. As you're walking through an airport, you walk past a machine of Coca-Cola, the camera can see that and can tell Siri, hey, there's a Coke machine right there. So if you say, where can I get something to drink? Siri can tell you, there's a Coke machine like 100 feet back. You passed it. You missed it.
The feds are watching.
This... Again, who's asking for this? Who wants this? I don't want it.
The feds.
You don't want it.
The feds.
They're giving it to us. We didn't ask for it. It's bizarre. All right, so your ears are going to be watching everywhere you go. Try to make your Siri experience better. Congrats. Enjoy that. Or don't. That's it for us. Bishop and Friends coming up next. We will see you tomorrow for a big Friday program. Have a great rest of your Thursday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Roadways are still looking pretty great for the most part. Over on that west side, no issues. Both directions of 70, even over towards 40 by West Jefferson. We're also looking great for those northbound drive times. This is 670 to 270. If you take 71 north, that's an 8-minute commute. 9 minutes, though, will take you if you're taking 315 north. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan